differences in methodology. It's methodology of how do you see your job as a performer? Like what do you think your job is? That's number one. Number two, how aware are you of what gets people to pay attention to what you're saying?
Right.
Even if they didn't like the song. What's going to get them talking about that? And the final thing, we talked about this before, SBJ. Yo, have you embraced your ability to go Super Saiyan? Your persona, like, because with all rappers, we got these. We are unlike a lot of other. We are unlike a lot of other genres. We got a whole alter egos out there.
Yeah, we do.
Whole Clark Kent Superman dynamic going on out there, right? So much so that a lot of times, for years, your favorite rap or a rapper that was one of your favorite rappers, you wouldn't even know his real name. You only know him by his rapper song. Yo, how much of that? Like, how often can you go into the phone booth and come out as this epic thing, and you put it on wax?
Hey, and I told you that shit just remind me of a bar that Sean Price said, "Yo, call me Ruckus, but Sean, the name I usually call when I'm in front of my mom." Get the fuck from in front of me, Paul.
like have the ability, or at least train yourself, because it's not something that everybody can just have naturally.
Yeah.
But train yourself to, when you look at the bars you've written, first of all, if you're gonna do an album that you want a lot of people to listen to, and you really have high hopes for this, you think you're gonna get on there plain punching?
Nah.
That's not going. That's
because
not
at the
going
end of the day, when you put out an album, like you're supposed to be, especially if it's your first one or whatever, you're supposed to give the people like a little bit of who you. Well, most of the time, like if it's like you on a label deal or shit, a major label, you're supposed to give people who you are. But
well, no, that's my second one. Because
what I'm saying, like if you're on a major label.
A lot of niggas first album is self-titled.
Well, at least I'm only speaking from like a nigga that's 34. So like I listen to music from the 90s and on. You know what I'm saying? So that's tough shit.
It don't make sense to me. Yep.
A lot of people, that first album,
Plus, with like you giving them like even with my own shit, like when I put not and listen, but awkward silence, like that was me. Like at that time, I was just trying to get people me at that time.
Right. And you're trying to show them who you are. They get acclimated to who you are. But like I said, my only issue with people is what's up, Fabo? My only issue with a lot of artists is, yo, stop being afraid. What was that shit we talked about the other day, James? Like, yo, sometimes you're gonna have to risk being corny.
Yeah, reach out.
You got to reach. You're gonna have to risk being corny because you could go along with what everybody else is doing and what everybody else is saying.
You rob yourself of the opportunity.
You rob yourself of the opportunity to be great. You for the sake of being regular.
Yeah.
And but my whole thing with that though was like, even if it is corny and you know it too, do you like it though? Is it genuinely you that you're saying, like what you're saying on those tracks, and you're like, yo, but I like it, and I know I'm being authentic, I know I'm being myself, even though it is corny, because I don't mind being corny. Right. I just don't. What I mind is being corny, and I know it's not actually.
Yeah, why?
Me.
Like, don't.
Like, why am I doing this?
Right, don't be a cornball trying to be somebody else.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. But it's just that I know people get comfortable in these.
But hold up, that's the other thing. You just said the word being comfortable. Sometimes you gotta do shit you don't necessarily like.
That's it.
Because you know. So, for instance, y'all know I like the rhyme. Like, so to start.
Hey James, do you spit a corny bar?
No, that's not the point that I'm making. That is not the point.
No, go ahead.
The point that I'm making is, so y'all know I like the rhyme. So starting off that song, to stabilize the mind, so they give chase to find the man. Here on the stabilizing man, on the breadcrumbs and the men. I didn't rhyme.
Right.
In that first 4 lines,
right.
I didn't rhyme at all. Even though I like doing internal rhymes and all that other shit.
Right.
But no, I didn't, because this is what this called for at the time. it was something different than what I normally do, but why not?
You doing what
makes sense at the time,
right? What the beat called for, and but see, here's the thing about that too. So if you're gone for a while, when you come back, you need to be hitting people in the mouth to make that impression. Don't like, and that could be either with a beat selection choice.
Oh, that was the other. Which I can't say it right now, but
which brings shit out of you, or you're making a statement. Like you're making a serious statement that's going to come out, and people hear it and they go, "Ooh, he ain't playing." Right, he's not playing. But if you've been gone for a while, you do have to come back and make an impression, B.
Yeah,
you have to. And if all you're going to do is come back and drop and call an album cut a single, I mean, look.
It's like shit like that. Like, what makes you think they're going to want to go listen to the rest of your shit? Like,
here's the other thing that doesn't work. That doesn't work if you actually treat it like a single. So for what I'm doing with this project is I'm releasing all of the songs as singles.
Yes,
but that's not me releasing one song and then months and months go by.
Right, right.
And then there's not another song. No, right. I'm releasing them as singles, but I'm not treating them like singles.
As singles, right.
Yeah. I'm not, this song isn't going to have to ride on, like you're not going to have to depend on this song to carry anything. No, there'll be another song coming soon.
Right.
Yeah.
and that's a good, that's smart, isn't it? That's a good tactic, bro. From like just say you want steady stream of content coming out where people have to pay attention. Now you do got to be careful with it because sometimes stuff gets perceived as white noise. So if you drop one song, then and everybody, oh yeah, finally that's some music. Then you drop another, they still excited. Depending on how long this project is, by the time you get to the 8th or 10th song, it becomes white noise. Oh, he dropped another song again.
No, it can't be that. It's not gonna be that long.
Right.
It's not gonna be that long.
Yeah. It can't be like a 20. Like
hell no. I got I think I got 5 songs done, maybe. Right. I might make it 7 or 8.
Because I feel like what Toom did with Death Lives.
Oh, but the actual album, there are going to be tracks. Not necessarily songs, but tracks that were not released as singles.
Yeah.
Once the album, yeah.
But I was just saying, because on your point, like what Toom did with Death Lives, because his first album, there was a lot of tracks. It was a whole LP. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But with Death Lives, I feel like he could have put all those songs out as singles before the album even dropped.
People weren't doing it like that back then, though.
But I was saying that now it's different.
He would have been innovative as fuck.
Yeah, that would have been cool because all those songs, like the only song that I told him, I was like, yo, I wasn't really feeling it. He know the song, and then when I listened to it, I was like, nah, I get what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? And
guess what?
And most of the people that particular song.
Guess what? That became my highest streamed, highest purchased song of all time. So like you gotta one, know your audience. You gotta be able to read the room.
I don't have an audience. I don't have a room.
So in the meantime, all you have to do, you have to read. You have to read.
It's true.
You have to read the environment then. You have to read the environment.
And you did though. But you did. But I feel like if you would have put all them songs out as singles, especially like with Dark Matter and the one that you were old, you know what I mean? Like that would have been fucking nuts.
It would have been, but I'm not sure how people would have received. Can't remember. This was what 10 years ago. Yeah, I don't know how people would have received me doing.
Well, I don't know how they would have received it after your first one because like the whole album was on.
Nigga, people was see that's the other thing.
Yeah, though
that first album was all atheism,
but it was just as hard as the first one though.
Right,
even harder for real.
If he does that now, it's going to work.
I would absolutely do it now. What's up, Dustin?
It's going to work. Absolutely, it's going to work without question because people have been starving.
Yeah,
and the fact that it's also more accepted now, just because of the way these platforms work, these streaming platforms.
Yeah,
you see there's quite a few artists that are doing it very similarly to the way SBJ is doing this one, where they drop this and they treat every song that they drop up there like it's a whole thing. It's just one song, but they treat it like they give it the whole album treatment from promo to release to launch, all that shit. They treat that one song like they would have treated an entire album and shit. You see a lot of that happening now, and it's because one, the way people consume music now.
Like, but that's how I feel like you should treat every song that you put out. Because even when I did And Listen, I treated And Listen like it was an actual like LP. You know what I'm saying? Like all those
I actually missed that though. I missed that concept.
Like
this is back when albums were important.
Right.
Yeah. Like an album was important, and now it's more about the individual song. They're getting streamed, and yes, it's part of a cohesive project.
Thing,
but people consuming it the way they making their own playlist. So all the other songs that's on there that they may don't fuck with as much, but it's cool, but they don't fuck with it as much. That's not in that playlist that they made for themselves to be watching on a regular basis.
But you know the funny thing that I knew but just didn't apply to this. It's the whole cycles thing, because this is something that used to be done.
Yes.
I just matter of fact on that YouTube channel I was talking about Jack Connie shit.
Mm-hmm.
The song September from Earth, Wind and Fire does not belong to an album.
Nope.
The album that it's on is Greatest Hits.
Yep.
It was released as a single and only a single.
Like a 45.
Yeah. I was
doing that back then. Doing that back then. But it wasn't to the same extent. Like
it was different.
Like a slow record. Like because, like I said, because of the way music is consumed now.
Hey, Betty.
And also because people are trying to game the algorithm. This is the other thing. People trying to game the algorithm, right? It's about how many streams you get, streams, and which playlist your shit get put into, right? It's about that type of shit. So, like some of these curated playlists on Spotify, they're not gonna have somebody's whole album in there.
Yeah,
they're gonna have some songs of this person, songs of this person, songs of that person,
and people that you listen to and all that shit too.
Yeah,
they make up lists like specifically to the shit that you listen to. They'll just throw some other shit that you never heard before because like it's similar to what you would listen to.
Right.
And a lot of these artists now, what they're always trying to do is get their music into certain playlists. Now we do this on such a lower scale industry-wide than some of these motherfuckers that signed and all this shit like that we don't have access to those playlists unless something we do goes super viral, super crazy, right? And then somebody's going to put that in one of the, I forget the names of some of the top playlists, but we don't have access to that shit. So we have to do a lot of grassroots shit, which is if you have managed to accumulate a certain amount of people in your consumer base, people consume your music, a community of that, you got to push it towards them. Your way of marketing is not going to be the same way them other motherfuckers market. This is another reason why I don't like the way they pay us on the streaming services. I don't care what narrative that they come with to try to convince us that this, that, and that. Nah, because we remember how this shit used to be. And we remember the payouts. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Not even close.
But y'all getting yours. You said they get theirs.
They like the house is always going to win, just like with gambling and shit. Like
that's a fact. And
they always going to change the rules, and
they always are going to win. And they was winning back even in the old way of the music industry. But the difference was the artists were getting compensated more.
Yeah,
they were getting compensated more.
But now that they see like, well, shit. Because what I'm more respect about the artists, like even people like Soulja Boy and shit, like he kind of changed the rules of the game.
He did,
and then the industry had to adapt to that shit.
Yeah,
so they changed the rules too.
And every so often, a certain artist will come along and change the rules of the game, and then they have to it catch them on their back foot, and they got to adapt. Taylor Swift did that.
Yep.
People can say what the fuck they want about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she finagled that.
She was on their ass. She was on their ass. And just as a independent artist, especially, I appreciate what the fuck she did. Yeah. She's not an indie.
No.
But the examples that the things she was willing to do was bringing to light things that indies could use. especially if you have an audience and you already doing pretty good. It's you always come from you have a different point of leverage when you're someone with an audience already.
Yeah.
Whether you were signed or not. If you got an audience and them algorithms favor you and you hit them with numbers like, nah, you can't sun me.
Facts.
You can't sun me.
Facts.
Because I did this without you. I did this without you.
That's why there's people that like they walk away from different deals, whether it's podcasting or music and all that shit. They'll walk away from deals because like, oh, so you just trying to throw money at me? Nah, I could do this myself. Right. I already proved to you like with my deal that I already like the number
here before we start.
That's ass. Never expected that.
Like
no, you're right, yo. You're right.
Like the numbers that you said we needed to accomplish, we already did that shit. So now
we want
to change the game.
Right.
Change
so
the
if
game
you
and make
some
it,
money.
Yeah.
Right.
No, fuck your money. Like, yo, let us get into some other shit.
We want equity.
We hit those
nigga. We want equity. In other words,
we
want
stocks,
don't get it twisted.
All that shit,
I want money.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I want money from equity too.
Right.
Yeah. You're not just gonna say, look, because I already made this. Yeah. I already made this.
So and especially if you was already doing it on your own, like it's like you need me now. And since maybe you helped it make it a little bit bigger, but what makes you think that the success would have been that way without you?
Yeah, I built
you needed me there.
I built it. And this is the thing. Sometimes it's not even a case of y'all needing each other.
Right.
Because that company already got bread.
Yeah, they'll be good.
It's literally a gatekeeper company. Yeah. It's got bread. Yeah. But you don't need them to keep getting bread. So now it's about what y'all can build together. It's not about you giving me a handout or even a hand up. It's about this partnership, bro. Partners.
Can we make this partnership grow? Because I already did my part. You did your part too, right?
Mm-hmm.
What can we do to further the shit as far as like not just it's a contract shit. Like what more than that? You know?
I think people fail to understand a lot of the times. There's partnerships. And then there's partnerships.
Yeah.
Some partnerships, the one part of the partnership is going to have the controlling feature because they are actually bringing way more to the table than you, right? Or vice versa. But then there's those other type of partnerships where everybody is like, oh, yo, we at the table together. So what we going to build? Because I already got, and I know I see you. You got that, but I got. So what we going to build together? You know? And that's where I think sometimes a lot of artists fail to acknowledge that. Well, one of the main things is from a business standpoint, a lot of artists don't want to deal with the business. And I'm like, I hear you, but you're gonna have to find a balance.
Yeah, there's no way around it.
Yeah. All right. So this is how I've always compartmentalized that shit. When I'm in creative mode, this is the art part.
Yeah.
This is the art part. Once this shit is done, and now I have to market, distribute, and promote.
Boo!
That's business.
Yeah.
That's business.
It's a different fight.
Boo!
Yeah, it's a different fight. He said promote. Boo! I don't want to promote.
Boo! Boo!
You know what? I'm gonna say fuck
Boo
that.
This man.
I'm gonna say fuck that because James capping.
No, fuck I'm not. Nigga. How you could probably count on your hands and toes the amount of times that y'all saw me promote some shit.
Facts.
I mean, even like subtle shit like you do
share is not promotion.
That's not promotion.
No, I'm not talking about sharing. I'm not talking about sharing. I'm not talking about share. See, I ain't let me finish. Can I land? Please?
No.
I got a parachute on right. I got a parachute on right now. Let me land.
All right. That's a controlled crash.
Out the sky.
remember when I was like, yo, I saw the little not damn because I saw the that sounds like I'm talking shit. No, but I saw at the end of the video that she put out there, right? Shut up.
Yeah, again.
Yeah,
it's a necessary evil. But that's one. Give me four more.
I don't have to. I didn't say that I had a bunch. I'm just saying.
And what I said was you can count on your fingers and toes the amount of times that I've done it.
And so literally the antithesis.
If I brought up 5, it would be that.
That's the antithesis of promotion. If you only do it 1 or 2 times, that's not what. That promotion means you are You have
no, but you only need a one time with one thing. So I mean, but it's still promotion.
One time with one thing is not the definition of promotion. One time with one thing is not promotion.
So that's not promoting it.
No, it's not.
Okay, well then fine. Well, maybe I got it fucked up because I thought he was
listen.
promoting
What we saying is,
it's an anomaly.
Like he could just drop the song without it being on. Like, oh, this shit's coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, sure, but I'm not stupid. I just don't like it.
It's the tactics that it employs. Remember we talked about this before, Eddie.
Hold on. What'd you say, James?
I'm not stupid. I just don't like it.
Oh, well, that's different. I'm just saying, but you do it though. Like
no, but wait a minute. Remember we talked about this before, Eddie, about there's a difference between actual marketing, a marketing strategy, and a tactic. There's a difference. Yeah. A tactic is not going to get you there.
That was a tactic.
A tactic.
It made sense. At the end of the day, there was no like the platform that it was on, the format of the video itself. How I've been doing my vlogs. It just made sense. There was no like it was the logical conclusion.
Right.
It didn't. Yeah, and it didn't really. There was no. I didn't lose any equity. Like I didn't.
Right.
The things that I don't like about promotion, I didn't really have to do any of those things for this. It was just literally a part of the edit. I just had to put some text there.
Gotcha.
So it's a little bit different.
I got a misconstrued because I saw that as promotion because
I will do things that promote.
Yeah, it's a tactic.
That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I will do things that promote just because I'm not like I say I'm not stupid. I know how the game works. I understand that I'm supposed to be doing these things.
Yeah,
but I'm generally not going to be the one. Like if it's somebody else shit, sure. That's
yeah. It's a whole thing.
I don't like attention. So
the one thing I learned,
you did that though. Because like I said, it just reminded me of how like me and Toom like we'll do like videos and shit and put like what our upcoming music is going to be at the end of the video or before the video or whatever. You know what I mean? Like we do it like that. I don't know if that's marketing or promotion or whatever, but I just know that's something that we would do.
All of that is part of it, but it has to be part of it. In order for it to be anywhere near effective, it has to be part of a campaign. What's up, Sean?
Yeah.
It has to be part
of
I'm
actually still working on the idea of what this campaign.
That's what I was. I thought it was a campaign because that's what Tuma.
No, it's going to have to turn into one.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Doing one thing one time is not a campaign.
Yeah, that's
what the disconnect is. I didn't know if it wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm effectively getting at is I haven't moved into it yet.
I got you. What I'm saying, I saw something that me and Toom would do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was putting, something's happening.
Facts.
This is a part of, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking like that because we've done that shit before. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not knocking you. I'm saying that's a move and that's what that is. But either way, if that's not what that is, it's still a good move to do because
that's what's going to have to be.
At least you're promoting a song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it's going to have to be. I detest. Like,
give me 1 second, then we can come and get started.
There are two things
I'm just happy
that I hate. No, you right. What up, sis? There's just two things that I hate about this entire thing. One of them is what up, Special Space. One of them is editing video.
That's cool. Yeah,
I was doing that shit this morning. It is a pain in the ass. It will always be a pain in the ass to me. I do not like it. I hate it.
I know you don't.
Seem like but you're good at it. I don't care.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like, let me tell you, I just be pressing buttons. Yeah, I'll be like, bro, I literally just be pressing buttons. I was on a little YouTube video for like 2 minutes to get.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
And I keep it pushing.
Yeah, I understand how things work and I implement them, but that don't mean I enjoy it. B. Like, yeah, I know this little technique and that little technique and this trend and how to achieve this and blah, blah. Yeah, cool, fine. I don't like it.
But the thing is, people don't even understand what it took to get there, to get it where, like,
bro,
if you, like, was watching the tutorial from the beginning to the end and you follow all the steps, there might have been a part that you missed, right? But even if you missed that part, it's like, damn, I had to go through all this shit just to get it right, too. Then I mean,
sometimes that's a good thing because that leads to you being slightly different.
Yeah, and it might like not be like what you saw from the video. It might not be exactly the same, but it's at least kind of similar, but it's still
like, as long as it ends up coming out good.
Yeah, in the way that you want
it don't really matter. Yeah,
it's like people I don't think people understand like the work that it takes to do that shit. As far as like when you ain't got a team, like words. We don't have video.
No, it's different, right?
You know what I'm saying? We do it ourselves.
There's not a dedicated video edit guy.
Exactly.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
So, nigga, I was editing this goddamn. I don't even know how long the fucking video is. Did I close it? Yeah, I closed it. I don't know how long the video is, but it took me an hour and a half to edit it because I had to go find footage, and then once I found the footage, you can't just put the footage in there. You got to cut the footage up.
Yeah.
You got to put it in different places and still try to seem like a kind of somehow cohesive story being get the fuck
especially the footage before the footage you're trying to put in.
Bro, it's all trash. It's like, all trash. I hate it. I abhor it.
I mean, I like being able to figure it out. That's what
I don't even know if I like that no more.
I like figuring it out is because I can figure it out, but I just hate that I still have to go through that same process.
I like the process, but a lot of the reasons why I like the process is because
of the result.
It's the result, but also like if I'm doing something on a regular basis, I got shortcuts in there. Like I created templates, so I don't have
none of that helps me. None of that helps me.
Hey, yo, I have been talking to you about templates for like the past fucking 7 to 8 years.
No, nigga, templates is the way. If I didn't have templates, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yo, because it's too much work.
If I had to start from scratch every time, right? Yeah, no, nigga. If I had to start from scratch every time, it wouldn't be happening. Fuck hating it. No, it would not exist. Deeper dive. What's that? What do you mean? But no, I got the template. It don't help. I mean, it helps productivity.
He just don't like it.
You still gotta work.
But you know,
bro, I still got it.
You can like to do something and still be happy when the day comes you don't. Like I classic example,
hell yeah.
With literally almost everything that I do, from any music to any goddamn video editing to as much as I love writing the comic books, that's probably the least labor intensive thing in my creative bag that I have to do, right?
Yeah.
So that would stay. I would still do that, but all that other shit, man, please, I'd hire somebody to do that shit.
I get it.
Somebody, put my camera up, set the camera up. You know what I'm saying? Get the lighting right and all that.
Yeah, all I want to do is just sit in front of the camera and talk my shit. Do what I got.
No, I want to sit behind the camera.
That's what I want.
Hey, yo, good job, my guy.
Right.
You did that.
Right? I want to find
you read those words well.
I want to find somebody that the camera loves and loves the camera.
Right. Both equally.
Put them there. I will conceptualize. I'll come up with the themes and this, that. No, I need a host. To do that. And I just be a director.
You say host. That's why I need y'all. That's why I need to be up there with y'all because like I'll do that. It's just the whole set it up, the camera, put a shit in. And, I've been doing that shit alone.
All right, then sell all your belongings and move up here now. Because
you gonna shoot me bread to do that?
No, I know. Again, you
sell all my belongings.
Yeah.
No, Napalm.
Except for the car.
That's Addy Brock.
But the second thing I absolutely detest about all this is I don't like attention. So that's neither one of these things really work in my benefit.
They're not conducive.
No, none of So I gotta constantly go against these things.
We always have this conversation. Man said he don't like attention.
I don't.
Man's on TikTok, YouTube
because it's necessary.
That's necessary. Bro, let me ask you.
Look at those YouTube videos. You don't see me except for when I'm doing a skit. But nah.
But hey, let me ask you something. What would you take if you had a choice? Fame or finance?
Finance.
Unfortunately,
because
in order to get the finance, I have to accumulate a little bit of fame.
That is the conundrum, bro. That's the conundrum right there. This week, was this week or last week? Can't remember. Cardi B did put a tweet out there, something out there. Not tweet.
She
It was
wasn't
an Instagram video.
As she is now.
Wish she wasn't
a stripper.
Look, sis scream finance. like she was basically complaining about that thing too. But I mean, don't get me wrong. She got caught up saying something that, come on, like Cardi. They was at some party, and she had the mic, and she was talking to the other people in the party. And look, you said it. She said, y'all go, yeah. She said, y'all go get y'all go get yourself a little drink and your little Coke. Like, see, Cardi. Like, I understand that's what y'all do at these things, but don't be getting up there saying that.
It's probably not a good idea.
It's not a good idea to say it. And everybody got cameras around all the time. Like, you won't get caught saying that.
Not then. Maybe it was like a private IG shit. Not private IG, but just on your IG feeling that way. But
here's the thing.
Somebody recorded
back when she was a stripper, she wouldn't have been recorded saying that.
Facts.
Is the point.
Facts. But she did make a good point about how annoying it is. Like, you could be on one of the biggest emotional highs of your life, and then just somebody will post it. You see some shit in the comments, or somebody will try to start some shit between you and another goddamn celebrity or whatever, and it's like, yo, I'm so tired of this show. Why can't I just get money? And I feel her with that. Yeah, I feel her with that.
Celebrity comes with that though.
Even recently, somebody I think mistakenly called her Nicki Minaj or some shit.
Yeah. It's a whole. It's
like, why do we still have to deal with this? This is years old. Yeah. We're done with this problem. And y'all
they did that shit just by keeping it low, like
right.
Speaking about it no more.
Right. But yeah, let's get started.
What is it? Beating the dead horse. Let the horses die, dog.
Yes. So let's do this intro real quick. Wet my palate.
Dance. Too much booty in the.
Jesus.
I usually go with me.
You gotta know.
Me, fa, so,
I think mine was better. All right, okay.
But the wind,
you're inside.
It's the AC right there. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ.
You
and my guy Adequate.
Yeah.
And I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And we are just a few geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now, as I'm sure you guys have noticed, that unlike the last 2 episodes, my man Adequate is here and he's ready to
go. Bang, bang, bang.
All right, listen, for those of you
shit like that.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with battle rap culture, that comes from that. All right? Yes. that comes from that right there. We have some things, of course, we're going to talk to you about as SPJ. If you was listening earlier, SPJ is talking about stuff that he won't fuss about. We all got some things we want to get off our chest to talk about today or whatever. Yes, but before we get into that, I'll start the week thing because I'm quite sure Eddie got stuff to talk about. You got some stuff to talk about, and mine is petty, but some of it's
petty. Is it?
Some of it's petty, some of it's not. Well, first, so this week, for the last few, I don't know how many weeks, we've had intermittent rain. Coming in, wetting the ground up, wetting the grass, and look, we need it. We absolutely need to have it because I like the bloom, and that feeds the bloom, right? But it is annoying when your grass is always wet, so you can't cut it, and it gets high, and that little pathetic weenie of a lawnmower that you have is not going to be to deal with it, right? So we had somebody come through and do the front and the back, right? And that was lovely. that was lovely, right? Because they had a big, beefy, and this is what they do, right?
Yeah.
So all that's dope. It's looking good. Happy with it. And then I look at the forecast, and it's another 4 days of just rain. I'm thinking to myself, damn, the reason we had him come in to do all of those, knock it down, and I just keep it up through the rest of the season. Just keep it up. But by the time I'm able to cut the grass again, because of all this goddamn rain, this shit's gonna be high as a motherfucker again.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely annoying. Extremely annoying. I am certainly happy that the weather is temperate, right? But I could do with a little more sun and a tiny bit less rain. Just saying.
Sure.
Give me some space in between it. So,
I mean, you're asking a lot, but
I know.
Yeah, nigga literally answer Mother Nature. It's not Mother Nature, but okay.
Bro. I just don't.
Just saying. Listen, I be asking people, not the people.
So that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I ain't gonna hold you. I really
people
want
are part
that,
of nature, yo. Yeah.
I mean, I want that more than nature.
What up, Fendi?
I don't know, B.
The same way I be like, yo.
It depends. It depends on what time of year. What's up, Cindy? It depends on what time of year it is. During the winter time, I don't want nature to nature at all.
No, B, not here.
Not here. Not here.
Not
out of here.
I woke up the other day and it was like fucking like 40. I'm like, yo, B, it's May. Like, bye.
That shit don't matter no more. They don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just charge this in the game and make sure I got my hoodie on deck and I'm good until like 12.
Your hoodie, your shorts, and your flip flops.
You damn right, boy.
The linen shorts.
Nah, not linen. Stop.
And the shades.
See, this is why me and James got a fade.
Stop your grinning and drop your linen.
Vermin.
What up, Vermin?
What's up, Vermin?
The other thing is this week we finally, after shit got pushed back numerous times because it was always something that was happening, we finally got to do the Seth Andrews interview. And that won't air until like June.
Word.
So in the meantime and in between time, we've been getting the Kickstarter shit together. And so that when the interview drops, because Seth gets millions of views. So when that shit drops, we want to be able to funnel that attention into the Kickstarter, right?
Thanks.
For the comic book. So that was a good look. Finally got that. It was a great interview. Seth has one of the most radio voices I've ever heard. He do, bro. Like, listen, my brother Marlon, he has one of those too, and it was underutilized. He missed his calling, right? But Seth sounds like he has the voice like, yes, Seth Andrews.
So, question.
Comics. Mm-hmm.
Question. Mm-hmm. Who's number one? Him or Rob from Comics Explained?
Seth.
Really?
For far as radio. Now, the thing with Rob is great for radio.
Yeah.
But Rob can also do voice.
That's true.
Voice acting. Yeah. Like he could do that. But just for that interview style, Seth, yeah, Seth got him with that. But we looking forward to that dropping, and hopefully that should move the needle even further with the comic book. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much everything right now. And also, it's so funny because you saw a couple things that's really annoying to me. One, it's all connected though. So NASA released that picture of the black hole. Anybody pay attention to what's going on with that? I saw in the comments, which I should have never went and did. Look,
I'm about to say that wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, I should have never done it. Somebody went fake. Because obviously these people are scientific giants, and they
of course. They spent their entire lives trying to figure that shit out. And
apparently, and I said to myself, I was like, no, I know what it is.
That's funny.
They see the color. They see the color on it, and they go, it wouldn't look like that because it's a black hole. You do realize that in a lot of the cases they add the color so you can see it.
Yeah.
Right? So you can see it, you fucking hump.
They do a lot of illustrations like that with science shit.
Yeah.
You
wouldn't be able to see.
If the void is black.
Yeah. So
and then there's a black hole.
Yeah.
No, listen.
Generally.
So it just shows you
the
how
human
they took
eye
the picture
would need help.
Yeah, exactly.
In order to perceive it properly. Okay, never mind.
No, it's just
mind your business, Napalm. So
because it wasn't there's okay. It is. They make my head hurt.
Exactly. And now the only other thing, like, so later on they released some sound, some audio of it, and that's where I understood why people were confused with that, because the common he's asked the Flat Earthlings United, the FEU. Well, the thing with that is that's not entirely true.
Hold up.
Hold up. In space, there's no sound because we can't hear it.
Wait. Hold up.
Not just that.
Hold up.
But it is a part of that.
Marissa brings up an excellent point. Hold up. Let me break down how this works. Coming from a photographer.
Yes. Please.
Hi, guys.
Please.
Hi. So the number one tool, number one aspect of photography is light.
Do tell.
So generally, we'll give a relative definition.
It's good, Ryan.
When we're talking about colors,
Ryan, what's up?
Black is defined as the absence
of light.
Well, when you're talking about colors, it's talking about the absence of color.
Right.
So when we move over to photography, where the number one element is light, and you're trying to catch something black,
you're gonna have
against a black backdrop.
Right.
Yeah.
You might need to make a bit of an adjustment.
No. James, they got it. They understand clearly. They got it. Fuck that. No, they got it.
So I want to actually bring this up with Joe saying here, because that's what I was about to go into. So, and he's right. No sound in space because the density of the medium is too low to propagate compression waves. Here's the thing about that. So, in a galaxy cluster, there's a bunch of gas. And sometimes this gas can like envelop like hundreds, if not freaking thousands of galaxies. That becomes the medium for sound waves to travel. It doesn't happen that this is in some parts of space. So all they basically did was they got the audio and they jacked it up like, I think they said 57 octaves, so the human ear could actually hear it, because it's low. It's a low thing. It's really low. But like everything else in nature, there's a rule, and then there's times when the rule doesn't really apply. There's reasons where you can get around the rule, and that's kind of what it is.
Hey, yo, Toon, but though, like, because I need you to break it down in layman's terms. I feel like you use too many like big words like frequency. And
I said gas, yo. Like,
that's
really, surely you understand.
Frequency is not a big. Yeah, clearly.
I mean, syllables and gas.
All right, so basically, yo. Basically,
when people think of gas, they're thinking of
Addy, shut up and listen so we can explain.
Addy does not listen.
So basically,
I was trying to help.
You hear of space and you think of void.
Yes, vacuum.
Vacuum. There's not enough there in general, because all sound is a physical thing.
Yes. Say it again.
Sound is a physical thing. It needs to bounce off of something. Just like light. Light needs to bounce off of something in order to be perceived. So in the general space, there's not enough there physically for the sound to bounce off of.
Yes.
But there are these little pockets, and little is relative.
Little is relative. Little is relative, right. Little is relative. Yeah, absolutely.
Where there's actually enough gas to count as something physical enough for the sound to vibrate off of.
Exactly. And there are parts of space, and like I told you, it like this whole thing of gas can envelop entire galaxies. So any frequencies that stars and shit are giving off and all that other shit, it's going to have a noise, but it might not be a noise that we could hear. But, but they bump that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna respond before, but I wanted to let you y'all. But
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I listened to it. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Joe says Nebula may be dense enough for sound.
Word.
That's it. Mind your business, Napalm. I got a feeling that that's going to wind up being the name of this podcast. Because he came in early, which means he's going to be ass this whole time.
And the problem is he got time. He got time.
Right.
Palm, you off today? I bet
he'll be ass when it's time to, and it's time to.
And now it's time to. You know, so but you want to know what really scuffs my Timbs? So,
fucking Christ.
So, how cats, right? I ain't never in my life seen a creature that is so consumed with these two things. It's bodily waste and it's gastric eruptions. It is a literal minefield some nights. Shoosh. Shoosh. It is a literal minefield. Especially with the one cat that goes outside. Comes in. Now, there is a bunch of space out there.
Sure.
Big backyard. Scratch the backyard. A world out there. All the space in the world to throw up. Get it out your system before you come to my house.
Well, yeah. To be fair, it's their house too.
Yeah.
They don't pay no bills here. Look,
no.
So we're not doing that. So we had a cat that was good for that. I've watched him do it. Go out there chilling. Oh damn, someone feeling low. Let me get this out. Rah! And never on my rug. Never. But this one,
the baby
comes in here. No.
Oh,
old man, JB. He goes out there. Whole world. It won't throw up.
It's
comes in the house.
Yeah.
And you got him.
It's almost as if cats have different personalities and all that shit.
All right, so here's the thing about personalities. You might not like loud noises. You don't like it. Nothing wrong with your ears. You just don't like loud noise. The other person might go, oh, it doesn't bother me. This is part of personality and tolerance, right? But if you went to the bathroom and took a crap in the toilet versus the guy that came into your living room and took a crap on your coffee table, that ain't personality, B.
Well, my thing personality, is, to be fair, since we're humans, right, I wouldn't expect anybody, and I mean anybody, to take a crap in the middle of my living room. Because I'm pretty sure that person that's in my house has taken the shit in the bathroom before.
Okay. I'm pretty sure the cats throw up outside. I literally told you we had two of them that would do it all the time.
But JB different. JB
it's not personality. That's being uncouth. That's an uncouth ass cat. That's what he is.
You know that shit.
He's out of line.
He's
out of pocket.
Like what that shit say? Like you expect a fish to climb a tree? Type shit.
Oh, so you're saying that all cats throw up in the house?
I
just told you we had two that didn't.
I'm just saying that I'm just saying JB do that.
No, see look. If I come over your house to take a crap on your coffee table, most just do that. Tomb just do that. Like, no, B, we not doing that.
Let's use something about a cat though.
What the fuck? They still are sentient beings with personalities, and they understand, they learn, they
like. What are you talking
about?
Well,
then you can't take it that maybe JB just didn't get that part yet.
He's 80 years old.
hey, yo. I know 80-year-old human beings that are stupid as shit too.
Whatever the case may be, it ain't personality. It ain't the fact that he's a cat. That I have cats that throw up outside like supposed.
Pope said Eddie and Peter mode.
Listen, and here's the thing about that. Late night, you get up to go to the bathroom. You walk out of the room. The lights is out. You have navigated this area for all the time you've been here, so no need for you to turn the lights on, right? Plus, if you turn the lights on, the odds of you getting back to sleep, I know for me, once that light, oh, shit, that's it. So I don't turn the light on because I think I have nothing to fear, right? I have nothing to fear.
Oh, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and yet, I'm stepping on landmines, right? Like, So now you know I'm not getting back to sleep now because I got the skeeves now. So Furman says, you're humanizing the cats a little, I think. Listen.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm only expecting cats to do what I've seen other cats do.
But that's what I'm saying.
This is what we're not doing. I'm not asking him to go into that closet over there, grab a bag of food, open it, and pour it in his. Because that's not something cats do. Stop. No, you're going to let me get this off. You're going to let me get this off. Hold up, no. You're going to let me get this off. I'm asking you to show me what I'm saying he's doing that cats don't do. Okay. I'm not asking him to fly off the roof.
You're saying what your other cats do, right? You say what your other cats do. But there are mad cats that throw up in cribs.
And they get complained about. That's what I'm doing.
No, it's annoying. I get it. It's annoying.
That's what I'm doing.
That's not what I'm tripping about.
Listen. There are mad cats that will pee on your furniture.
Shit, I never had one. But if I did, I'd be like,
oh. There are mad cats that will do that. They may have psychological issues. It could be a whole bunch of other shit going on.
Matter of fact, when the cat we had, Tux, he used to like, when he would get scared, he would shit on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I understand, like, he was a cat that was adopted and he went through like traumatic shit before because the people that I got from, they was like, yeah, he's been through some shit. Like
so what you're saying is that it's a sentient being with a personality and things affected, and so you're saying the same thing Tim said.
Yes.
But Toon was saying that shit has nothing to do with personality
so
because
this is the disconnect. This is the
That's
disconnect.
Something that he doesn't like.
Hold on. This is the disconnect right here. It's the same disconnect Addie's having with what I'm saying right here.
Jesus.
So what you guys are saying is that since humans don't do what
no, I'm not.
You gotta let me get it off, B. You can't run from the analysis. You can't run. You running from the analysis, bro.
But I'm not because I can use that cats.
Let me rock, yo. Let me rock.
Christ.
All right. You can't keep using the reasoning that all humans don't do. Yeah, it's a lot of shit that all humans don't do. But it's shit that we complain about that some humans do because a lot of humans don't do that shit. And when they do it, and it affects other people, we're going to complain about it.
Yeah, that's because I'm a human.
This makes zero sense.
Jesus
This
Christ.
makes zero sense to say that because I'm a human. What intrinsically does that do for you?
Because we're talking about humans. I'm not
okay,
talking
don't stop using the word human. Stop using the word human and define that. You hiding behind a word. I'm talking about behavior.
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
I want you to explain it.
Explain what? Hiding behind the word?
You keep saying we're Napalm's ass. You keep saying, well, we're human, and I'm not talking about cats doing something the cats don't do. We've had a lot of cats.
So then why are you complaining about something that cats don't do just because it's in the house? Cats throw up.
I just told you why. Because when
what is going on here?
He don't listen, yo.
I'm so confused.
Hold up. He don't listen.
I don't understand.
Why are you complaining about it when I just told him why?
You complain about things that you don't.
Like, because you had two cats that don't do that. I'm just saying, well, this one.
But that's not why he's complaining,
bro.
He's complaining because something is happening that he doesn't like. I don't understand what the disconnect is.
I don't either.
The complaint is I don't like that this happens. Your response that cats do that doesn't stop the complaint.
Yo, I'm trying to figure out.
Which I get that. I get that part.
So what is happening?
No, that's not what's been coming off. That you get that.
Yo, right? Like I complain. I get up here every week and complain about humans, right? So a response. Somebody responded and he's saying humans do that. Does literally nothing for my argument. Right. It doesn't validate my argument. It doesn't invalidate my argument. Right. And you might as well have said that corn is yellow.
Yo, the most it does is an attempt to dismiss your complaint.
Right.
That's like, all it is.
I'm so confused.
Right.
I'm not dismissing your complaint because I understand that you don't like it. I was just saying, like, yo, but there's cats that do that. Like there's
humans that steal.
Right,
that go up in the crib.
Hold up,
absolutely there are.
Absolutely, there's humans that steal.
But what is the point of saying that? Is the question.
Right? Thank you. Like
the point. Like what? Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying.
What's going to change? Like you complain like, well, what are you going to teach? JD?
That's not what we complain for. Welcome to humanity, Eddie.
Yo, I swear.
We don't complain because we know we can change something. We complain about not liking it. Changing it is a separate thing.
That's a separate. He's not going to get it until he tells us about his week. And there's something he's going to complain about, and I'm going to say, "Oh, that's humans, B." Then he'll get it. Then he'll get it. Then he'll get it. Then he'll get it.
So hold up. No. But real quick.
That's cool.
I do want to highlight that because that's not an Eddie thing. That is a thing I've heard a lot of people say. Like effectively.
I complain all the time.
No. I'm not. Again, it's not a you thing. It's not a you thing.
This is a person.
It's something I hear a lot of people do. Like, why are you complaining about it if it's something that happens? What? That actually makes no sense. I know it sounds like it makes sense because we say it all the time, but if you actually break that down, it does nothing to the argument.
I'm not diminishing.
Imagine.
No, I don't think you are.
I don't believe that you have a reason to complain. Like I get why he's complaining. I'm just saying, like, yo, that's what cats do, though. Like
that's fine, but again,
that's what I'm saying. I never said that he doesn't have a right to complain.
No, so I'm not. Again, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What he's saying. The question I'm asking you is, what value does that add to the conversation?
I mean, maybe nothing, but I'm just saying, like, if you're
so it's white noise.
You know that they do it, like. Okay.
Then what?
That's what they do.
Finish that.
It's annoying because Gary do a lot of shit I don't like, but I'm just like, hey, that's what he does. That's what cats do.
But what does that do for you? Okay, so what does it do for you? By telling yourself that's what cats do, what does that do for you?
I mean, I just accept it. Like that's
okay.
Like, it is what it is.
Keep that energy. No, B.
Like even with other shit, that's how I am. Like,
hold on, this is stuff I be talking about.
Damn.
Keep that energy. the next dude on your job or co-worker or boss, and then when we say to you, that's what bosses do.
Yeah, I've been saying that. And I even start that shit like, yo,
no.
What you mean? When you, like, yo, Toon, when did I ever say you was tripping? I was just saying, like, I was just trying to say, like,
when you come on the show and do your weekly recaps.
Yeah.
And you tell us about the things that happened at the job or some other situation took place. We sit here and go, damn, that is fucked up. Damn, y'all can't believe motherfuckers pulling that shit. Damn, know what we don't say to you? Yes. Guess what we don't say? Guess what we don't say?
Nigga, I'm talking about cats. We talking about cats.
No, nigga, let's not. Yo, so no. This is what we do.
He didn't get it the first time.
No, he does get it. He understands what the fuck we saying now. Here's what it is. Intentions, impact. Effectively saying that you do it yourself, even if you're not attempting to at this point, that reads this is some type of compensation. This is some type of amelioration.
Yes.
But it is not to him.
Thank you.
That's all.
When you walk in the vomit in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I can understand that's a no.
No, nobody understands it because it's a cat, and that's what cats do. So,
I'm not saying that they throw up in cribs. That's what I'm saying. But I can understand you stepping into it in the middle of the night and not expecting it. That could be annoying as fuck. I get that.
Look, what I'm saying is,
I'm not saying that's going to annoy you any
what
less.
I'm saying is,
I'm not saying it's going to annoy you any less the more that it happens. That's not what I'm saying.
The idea that simply because it's a cat and it's what cats do is not an answer to my complaint. It's not even really, to me, an accurate response.
It's not consolation.
Right. That doesn't, like I said, all you got to do is replace cat with human. And there's plenty of dysfunctional behaviors that humans engage in on a regular basis that we all know humans for doing. And yet when people complain about murder, theft, cheating on a spouse, but when people complain about it, they'll say, well, it's just human. So shut your mouth about it. It's just like nobody does that. All right? Nobody does that. But anyway, that was my week.
Look, need your own sitcom.
Yo, for real.
Y'all need your own sitcom, yo.
I'm just saying, like,
it's just like I know. It's a cat. It's what cats do.
No, I'm saying.
No, I got you.
You should be expected. Like, you just gonna be.
No, exactly, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're right. I should expect it. It's what cats do. That was my week. Who's going next?
Jesus Christ.
Eddie, you want to go?
No, I'm good. I ain't got no week.
You had 2 weeks off. You had 2 weeks off, nigga.
No, wait, no, yo. The funny, all that stuff, yo. That is the funniest shit I've heard all week. You'll say, no, I ain't got no week.
I ain't have a week. I didn't have a week. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, yo.
You gonna have my nigga like fuck out of here.
No, I feel you. It's just cats. Yo, it's what cats do.
Let's
go. Let's go. That's what cats do. Let's go.
Nah, niggas. No, fuck all that.
We want to hear your week, yo.
It's totally up, yo. Eddie, it's totally up to you, yo.
Huh?
Sure.
You had a week though, yo. You talk about your week. You want to talk to me? Well, I'll tell you this much for sure. You gonna have a week again.
Yo, I can't stand it. Yo, you know who that? See, here's the problem. Here's the problem. So, what you just did was gave this troll the ultimate ammunition.
Nah, it's cool, fam, but ain't doing that shit. Nah,
so it's up to you.
Because I already know what he gonna do.
Yo, you know it. Oh, you know
he gonna do exactly what I did to him.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
one thing, but I wasn't doing it out of spite already.
It's not. That's not the point.
He's just trying to make a point. Like, and yes. Like, yeah, I got what he was saying when he was saying it. Like, I got it.
I understand. So are you going to like?
Nah, nigga, fuck that. I already said fuck that. Nah, nigga.
Troll. Whatever do you mean?
Shut up.
You on the bridge right now.
But before you go, SBJ, you know the part about this that's crazy is he knows me. It don't have to be on the show.
That's true. That's true as well.
Yo, also,
here's the thing.
He knows himself.
But that's what I was
How
going to say.
How many complaints does he have?
It's two things. So as an hold up. As an outside observer, two things. He does know you, but there are also two things about Eddie that makes this even more interesting to me.
Okay.
One, Eddie is just as stubborn as I am.
Yes,
Eddie fuck around and not talk to you again ever.
That's a fact.
But wait. Here's the other thing. Eddie's just as forgetful as me.
And me.
So Eddie's going to forget that this is a thing at some point.
And you know, as bad as my memory is about a lot of things, it's not.
Pettiness doesn't.
About that.
Yeah, I know. I understand. See, that's the conundrum. I get it. Yo, Eddie, I feel you, bro. I feel your situation.
All I'm saying this like
what?
This ain't nothing. Like this
right, it's nothing.
Like it's
nothing. That's why you tell us you're weak. It's nothing. You just tell us you're weak, bro.
See, here we go trolling again. Damn. Like, bro. Yo, I wasn't even trying to like make it. I wasn't even trying to make it into something like that.
No, bro. I hear you.
No, it's cool.
I understand.
We ain't doing that, B. We're not doing that, my nigga.
What? So, hey, children. Okay. Last time, Eddie,
did you have a week, Eddie? You want to talk about?
I had a few weeks, nigga. I haven't been on the pod for that.
So
we would love to hear.
Are we discussing this right
now? I bet.
What? I mean, the audience would love to hear it. I know because they haven't seen you and they've asked about you.
Oh, they have asked about you.
No, that's what's up.
So are we? You good?
I don't even know where to start.
At the beginning, my nigga.
At the beginning. Yeah, fuck it.
Pop said, my nigga said, fuck a week.
I'm gonna start it off like this. Like, I don't fuck up often, but when I fuck up, boy, do I fuck up.
Hold on. Can I dispute that first part?
Shut up. No, go ahead. I'm gonna be fair. Go ahead.
I mean, you say that. Mm-hmm. I don't fuck up often thing. But is that really true, though?
It depends on who's perspective.
Yeah, exactly, because maybe we're talking frame of time. So you're saying that in your, 30 some odd years of life, you haven't fucked up often there? Or maybe are you talking about in this year?
Up, Mike?
Both.
It's okay.
Both.
Got you.
I fuck up often. Quite often.
Me too.
No, but yeah, like little shit like not handles, but I mean like big fuck ups that matter with shit. I be fucking up. Because my thing is like, even when I'm trying to like get shit right, and then something goes wrong, I panic. Just so in order to keep the thing right. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
Right.
Like for instance, like at my job, you know how I told y'all we got like the 10-point system, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then when I got my new car, and I've been getting to work on some all that shit. Got to work, had everything in order, had my badge, all that shit. Hop out the car. Well, I thought I had my badge. Hopped out the car, didn't have my badge. So I got people to help me like get in the building and shit. So at least I could clock in and like dip back out and go get my badge to come back.
Dude, let me ask you this. Do they have a problem with you punching in and going back out?
I mean, at that time, I didn't care. Because like I said, I panicked.
Sure, it was kind of important that you get in there.
Yeah, because I don't want no more points. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was in your car or it was in the house?
Yo, fam, so this is what happened. So I got caught doing this shit, right? And had to drive all the way back to the crib. And mind you, like the traffic where I got to like on 52, that's what's called like US 52, whatever. Going back to my crib is heavy. So like it took me an hour, like it took me like 30 minutes to get back to the crib because the traffic was packed.
That is crazy.
So I get back to the crib, go looking for my badge and all this shit. Looking everywhere, B. Hey, yo, Palm, shut up.
Yo, I told you he was gonna be asked.
I know that. And granted, I deserve it. I'll eat it. Fine, cool, whatever. Like, so knowing that I did all that shit, I was like, yo, I'm going to lose my job. You know what I'm saying? Because I broke protocol.
That's 10 points.
No, I broke. No, it wasn't 10 point. It was I got my 9th point because I was at like 8.5. So like clocking in late and all that shit because I was tardy. So that's half a point. So I already knew like what the consequences could be. I'm like, damn, I'm about to get fired. So like I said, I went back to the crib, did what I gotta do, try to find my shit. I'm like, damn, I can't find the shit. I came back downstairs because I'm like, oh, at least because I got my I had got my license plate recently. I was like, yo, let me put my shit on my car. You know what I mean? So I just did that shit. And then as soon as I got in my car, I looked to the left of between my panel and my seat. That shit was in the middle of that shit. Like
Vermin called it. Vermin called it.
Literally, dog.
Vermin called it.
The whole time.
Vermin called it.
Because I'm the type of person, like, when I'm doing the right things, like, what I hate, like, being so responsible and knowing that you have to be, you overthink shit and it'll make you fuck up when you think, like, damn.
That's a fact.
You're doing some fucked up shit again.
That's a fact.
And then you do whatever that you think at the moment will be the right thing. And I even think about, like, yo, what I could have done was, like, ask the security guards and be like, yo, can y'all, like, get me in the building so I could talk to somebody, let them know that I left my badge. And then maybe then I could have went to the car and found my shit in my car and be like, oh, I had my shit in the whole time.
There wouldn't be such a panic if you did that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they would have known.
Yeah.
Right.
But I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
All I was thinking about getting in the building and make sure I clock in on time.
Right.
So when I got back, I was like, damn, my shit was in the car the whole time. And I was like, because I'm the type of person, like, if I'm wrong, like, I'll own up to the shit and take whatever consequences and repercussions that have to happen. Because I deem myself like I'm not a coward. Like, I'll handle this shit. Whatever comes after that, that's what it's going to be. You know what I mean? Because ain't shit else you could do.
Right.
So I talked to the security guard first before I talked to like the head official person, Dawn. I talked to her first, like, my bad for that. I know what I did was wrong. I panicked. I could have thought about it, but I was like, yo, my situation is like I got all these points and I'm trying to like get them knocked off. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to like stay there long enough to get them knocked off. So she's like, yeah, I understand that. Then I talked to Dawn and she was like, same shit, same spill. She's like, I appreciate you for actually like owning up to it, knowing what you did was wrong. Cause you was like, you know, because it's protocol, because you know, the people that let you in, they didn't know if you were fired or not.
So wait a minute, is this a butt? Is a butt coming?
With me?
No, with what she said. She appreciates you saying that, but
oh yeah, but it's still protocol because of all the whole, like, if you was a co-worker, ex-worker that had a grudge, you know what I'm saying, and you want to shoot up the shit or whatever, they don't know if you got fired or not.
Real quick anecdote on that, what you just said about an ex-worker that had a grudge. We had this thing that we used to do. I don't think we do it no more. I have no idea whose idea it was. I might have told this on the show before, but we had this thing that we used to do with the people downtown in the main office, where we would pass out a list of everyone's address and phone number. Let me repeat that. We will pass out a list of everyone in the downtown offices, address and phone number for some reason.
That's crazy.
And all I could think about the first time I saw that was what Addie just said. Like, what if? So, when I say everyone, I mean the vice presidents, the president, everybody. And I'm like,
exactly, Napalm. That'll get you shot. So basically, what you gonna do when you didn't put out people's address and basically where people can find them?
Yeah.
Then some shit kick off.
And what if there was a squabble between two coworkers?
Yeah, because they ain't got to go to the job necessarily. They could just
Yeah. Like, nah, I'm glad we stopped doing that.
And
yeah, they should never do that. That's crazy.
Because my whole thing with them with like, I still understand the protocol about like safety and all that shit. Because it's not just for me; it's for them, like my other employee, my other coworkers and all that shit too. But it's like, yo, but y'all know I'm supposed to be there though. You know, like, I'm supposed to be there. What I did was wrong. Granted, it was wrong. Yeah,
wait a minute. You said they knew you were supposed to be there, but you know, one of the things, like,
I mean, as far as like the managers on the shit, like, I wasn't fired.
Yeah,
they knew I was supposed to be there. So, and that's why I told them, like, yeah, I panicked, and y'all know, like, my point system and all that shit, and I've been knocking off points, and I got until like July to get more points knocked off because I've been there. By July, I'll be there by a year. So I'm just like, and I even told Ms. Don, I was like, yo, because you've seen that, like, my attendance since I got my new car, like, I've been there on time. Like, I clocked in like 3 minutes before I'm supposed to be there. You know
Can I offer an alternate take?
What's that?
To the whole y'all know I'm supposed to be here thing. Maybe the managers do, but the security doesn't.
It doesn't. Yep. Okay. But I get that. I mean, I get my point, and they get my point too, and I get theirs also because it's the same thing with you with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I get all that. That's why I didn't cop no pleas. I was just like, this is why I did it. I wasn't trying to get any more points.
With that beard and your braids, you kind of look like a shooter. Like you go in there.
I mean, I get that, but also, well,
and you got a burner, and you got the burner. You know you got the
burner. Why you letting folks know that?
I'm just you've said it on the show. What is wrong with him? Why you with him?
Why you reminding people?
What is wrong? What is? Let me tell you.
Yo, I can't stand. Yo, stop.
What?
Why you reminding them though? Keep it low, my nigga. They probably forgot.
Your shit is legal,
man.
And you in South, nigga.
Since we talking about it, ride with me everywhere. Anyway, yeah, get them out of here. Shit. Damn. No, what I'm saying is like, yo,
he's in South Carolina. He's okay.
My shit dirty. Nah, nigga. But all I'm saying is like,
hold up, the shit that's clean down there will be considered dirty in Maryland. You're okay. You're okay.
Oh, but I'm black, nigga.
You still okay?
I'm black with a gun.
You wouldn't have got it.
I'm black with a gun.
It wasn't okay for you to have it, and they was on it like that. You wouldn't have got it.
There's been mad.
They found some reason to tell
that's
you.
Right. That's
Orlando
right.
Castile.
No, that's not the part we talk about.
And that doesn't matter because
what I'm saying that can't happen to me here. Knowing that South Carolina one of the most racist states.
So what you're insinuating is that some racist police officer is listening to the show.
No, I didn't say that.
Right. So then,
no. All I said was, Toom, why you bring that shit up? Like, keep it low. Like,
you're good.
Then let's keep it good and not bring it back up.
If I had something up here that was, I'm saying if I had something up here,
you see how I say, but I know what you got.
If I had something up here, here the way it is here in Maryland, like yeah, you're in South Kakalaki.
It don't matter if I'm good or not. Don't bring that shit up, B.
You good.
Don't bring it up, though.
You are good.
They don't got to know that. That's all I'm saying.
They already know it. You brought it up on the show. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm saying what you think they ain't forgot.
Our audience forgot. They still laughing at you about geese.
Yeah, because them niggas be tracking me down. Nigga, like, the fuck?
Well, you got a reason how to burn it then.
Oh, you damn right. Shit. You damn right. You know where I live at? Fuck out of here. Like, white boy literally like kill a bunch of black people in the fucking church and niggas ain't do nothing about it. Like, fuck out of here, boy. Got me fucked up, kid.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do shit when them geese come and fuck you up. That's a fact.
Oh, no, I ain't gonna go do shit because if I do some shit, guess what I'm gonna be at? I'm gonna be booked. I'm gonna be writing bookings, boy.
Hold up. If you shoot a goose down there, what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna be in bookings if they catch me.
For shooting a goose?
Yes.
In Goose Creek?
Bruh, in South Carolina, period. Hey, yo, listen. You can't even run over them.
What?
Yes, nigga. There'll be 20 of them in the middle of the road. You cannot do nothing to them.
Yo,
don't say
they're protective.
Yo, sit down, yo. Like, sit down.
Exactly. It's a pecking order. It's them, then us. No, it's them, white people, then us.
That's ass, yo. So go to geese first. White people in South Carolina second.
Yeah, then us. Yeah, niggas. You think I'm lying?
Yo.
Fuck off.
No, I don't.
Fuck over and run over a goose, nigga.
Damn.
Yo, that's
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because you know what's going to happen? The white folks see you do it, they on your side. They gonna get your license plate, all that shit.
So they don't have hunting down there at all?
No, they do, but you ain't hunting no geese out here. Nah, you can hunt like quails and all that other like birds and shit.
But not that's crazy talk.
No, yeah. I mean
that's good eating.
I wouldn't know.
You know. Yeah, I was partially with you till you got to that part.
Geese are delicious.
I'm not. I'm just not.
Duck, geese, delicious.
It's not the same thing.
You can find, I know you can hunt ducks out here, but geese, like even like I said, like you can't even run them niggas over in the street.
Napalm said, I do it because that's what him said.
Hey yo, kick the nigga off. We need a moderator.
Yo, oh my god.
Nah, but so like I just pretty much told
Dawn, my goodness
what it was, and she understood too. And then the day after, I'm like, all right, because the whole time I was like, damn, I'm about to lose money. And then the next day I was like, shit, my key card still worked, which is so guts. I'm like, damn, this shit was in the car the whole time. And I told him that it was like, wow, like kind of like, oh, it'd be like that sometimes. And shouts to like my supervisor Kevin, he's like, yo, I understand why you did what you did. You wasn't trying to get more points stacked on you. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't. And my points are supposed to start dropping off and shit. You know what I mean? I just gotta keep doing what I've been doing. So I just told her, I was just like, yo, like, yeah, I know I'm wrong. I know what I did was fucked up. It won't happen again. It just,
I mean, it was wrong. I don't know about it being fucked up.
I mean, it's fucked up because what if I was like a co-worker that had grievances, you know what I'm saying, and wanted to pull up and do
that's facts.
But my thing is like I'm too lazy to do shit like that. Like I'll just find another fucking job.
I don't believe.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe.
What you mean? You know I quit jobs, nigga.
No, you will quit jobs, but too lazy to do that as somebody pissed you off and you felt super violated. I don't know if I believe that. Because I know I don't believe that of myself. If I felt super violated.
But I wouldn't have felt super. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't have felt super duper violated. I'd just be like, oh, well, nigga, you fucked up. Like, keep it pushing. Because, like, I'm resilient as fuck. Like, I know, like, I could figure this shit out. You know what I mean? Like, I know that. So, then I had to go talk to the human.
So wait a minute, hold up. Did they give you the point? Did they actually give you the
Yeah, they gave me the half a point. I'm at 9.5.
Was it supposed to have been a full point, but they gave you a half a point because they kind of
they need me because we don't got a lot of pit drivers.
So so in other words, the only reason they actually gave you the half a point is because they need you, not because they necessarily understood there was a mix up and blah 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 and all that.
I'm not going to.
It could be a bit of both.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that's necessarily what it was, but they know. And plus, I'm a good worker. Everybody like. When we're in our like tier meetings and all that shit, I always get shout outs. They be like, oh, Jamie did this, Jamie do that. And everybody always calls my name when I'm at the job because they know like I work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like I said, like I don't work hard. I just understand the job to know what I gotta do. Like it's to the point, you know, where there's jobs like there's nothing to do, and they be like, oh, find something to do. Mm-hmm. I know what to find what to do because I know what the job entails. You know what I'm saying? So nobody has to necessarily tell me something. So like most of the time, if I'm just posting up, just chilling. While I'm talking to people, I'm looking for shit to do. And as soon as I find out, like, I'll be back, bro. I'm going to go do this and this and that.
Right.
Then I'll come back. You know what I mean? And because people know I'm a good worker.
So wait a minute. You are typically not the only, but one of the only people that manage to do that. Where other
No. As far as pit drivers, no, because I learned from the other pit drivers that taught me. You know what I mean? Because most of the time, like, the other ones, they be in the cut and shit, just chilling. I'd be out there with it chilling, but I'd be on the floor, and I know on the floor, like, there is shit to be done. I just be on the floor to find out what needs to be done.
Word.
So then I do it. And then in the midst of me doing that, after that, there's always something, for some reason, there's always something else that needs to be done. Like I get another order or orders start dropping or whatever, then I'll be like, all right, I'm going to do that too. And then if I get caught up with that, I'll be like, what I was doing before, I'll get back to that later because that'll be more shit for me to do after I'm done doing my actual job. You know what I'm saying? So
you're basically finessing because some of these jobs do that where they're especially restaurant jobs and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Well, it's always something you could be doing. It's always something you could be doing. No, legitimately, there are times where there's nothing.
Facts. Like that's why legitimately like the QAers, there's literally we have downtime and they be sweeping the same floor they swept like 10 minutes ago. I'm like,
see, that's the
y'all ain't sweeping shit.
I hate that, yo. Yeah. I hate the fact that they put that type of pressure on workers.
Yeah.
Where they feel like they got to just do dumb. This isn't helping anything. This is to make the boss feel away.
And that's the only reason. The only reason why they do it is when it's like higher ups coming in and all this shit. Like
to make them look like, I keep a tight ship around here. And to be honest with you, if I was one of the big up muckety mucks in that company, and I came and I saw that I worked, or I know that's what this is. You're not getting no points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they know
shit.
that they're doing that just because they're trying to get the base. Like
you're not doing
everybody
that.
knows that shit.
The only way I could see them, like it seemed like to me the type of person that would co-sign that dumb shit is somebody that likes the feeling of when I walk in the building, people.
Right.
Yeah. That's it.
Because when the folks ain't there, our supervisors and leads and shit, they don't give a fuck. They like, for outbound, they're like, as long as y'all get the orders right and y'all get them sent out, we good. Right. We don't get harped like that. But it's just the only contention is we have a time period where we need to get shit done at. That's the only thing that they trip on. Like, yo, get the shit done at this amount of time. But if the shit's done, we ain't gonna trip, and they don't.
And that, to me, that's just the way that should be handled. In the vast majority of cases, like Joe said here, if they got you sweeping a clean floor just to look busy because you on the clock, I gotta say that's horse shit.
Yeah, because it's not helping or affecting anything.
But I'm gonna tell you some other shit that I know for a fact, because this happened when I worked at the Phillips warehouse. So a lot of times they want to cut the amount of hours you're working, because the amount of hours you work, depending on how much they cut, they get bonuses at the end of the goddamn year.
Yep. So what was bringing me to my other point with my job, which I don't like, because when I first got there, we could just get overtime just staying there.
Right.
But now it used to be XPO, but XPO was bought out by GXO.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how like my phone updated me with this shit, which I'm not sure if it's a conspiracy or not, but I do think like your phone listens to you now. Only because
it's not a conspiracy.
So it's a thing that actually happens.
Yes, it's a real thing.
Okay. Because I'm just like, before, like, I know about the shit, like, when I knew about it, because they told me, oh, XPO is getting switched over to GXO. And I would talk to it about people. Then now my phone's showing me that shit. So that means the way we do anything now is going to be different because it's a new company taking over. So now
that happens a lot, and I hate some aspects of that. Some of it is inevitable because that's just what companies do.
Inevitable. Is that just what companies do?
No, that's not. Stop. No, some of it is, he is the worst.
What? I let him rock.
No, I let him rock. I deserve it, and I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna take it.
But hold up, I let him rock. I just piggybacked off of you.
No, nigga, that's not what I was doing.
Nah, it's cool.
Some of it is inevitable because that
was a bank shot.
But when you,
it's cool.
When you go to a new situation, you should be able to observe it and see what works.
Yes.
And then let that rock.
Yes. Remember when I was telling y'all, when one of the managers, when we had that whole meeting about getting the raises and all that shit, and everyone was like, "Oh, Travis, we want you to be the operation manager and all the shit."
He was like, "Fuck y'all, I got a promotion."
He didn't even say that, but that's the way it is. Like he was like, "Oh no, I don't know," because I was like, "Man, this nigga already got an offer. Like he's been wanting to do." You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, that's what happened. So my whole thing, like. When shit changes, because we used to get overtime just by staying there and all that. Now they're saying like I said saying like I'm fucking little rascals and shit. Now they're saying that your overtime is not optional.
Right.
So even if you say, yo, you're gonna work this day, if you don't show up, you'll get a point. Which sure. I guess I understand, but it's like, yo, but what if something happened that I couldn't make it there that day? Because
that's not their problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, they do that. They do that in a lot of companies. Mandatory overtime. Yep. Yeah.
No, but they don't. See, my thing is this, right? And they express it like it's mandatory overtime, like what they did when they gave us the 12-hour shit. Mm-hmm. Remember when I was telling you about that? Mm-hmm. They made us work 12 hours other than 10. That I get. Y'all telling us, oh, we have to stay from 6 to 6. But now y'all saying, oh, we got overtime, but y'all have to do that even if y'all say y'all gonna do it. But I'm like, yo, but sometimes shit happens, and plus these are days that we're saying that we're off, that we want to volunteer to work. So you can't say that we're volunteering, and if shit happens and we don't want to come in.
No.
But it's not volunteering, it's overtime.
Yeah.
Those two aren't synonymous.
Right. Right.
So
and the other part about that is
we know we have to pay you more for this time.
Exactly.
Right.
And a lot of jobs, what they'll do is, and it does make some sense to a certain degree. Yes, when they say you volunteered to come into work to get paid.
Right.
But once you agreed that that's what you were going to do,
you're
on the schedule now.
Right.
And if you don't show up, that's the equivalent of you saying,
but
I'm taking the day off.
But that I get. I do get that. And that's what they're doing. And I just don't like the fact that it wasn't like that before. But now there's new management. So that's why I pick and choose when I want to do overtime. Because my thing is, like I did last week, like when I didn't show up for the pod, I'm like, I'm going to be there.
Right.
I had plans to be there. I need the money, so I'm going to do that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why, like, I was only complaining because I don't like the idea of like, oh, I'm giving y'all overtime, but y'all get to pick and all that shit. Because it used to be like, yo, you could do overtime and you could just be there for 4 hours if you want to and then go home. Now they're like, no.
Yeah. So
you gotta do an
what
entire
your complaint is they changed it.
Yeah, that's it.
It was, and it was actually more convenient for you to do it the other way. Well, that makes sense because people don't like change.
My job does mandatory overtime for the maintenance men.
But my thing is then make it say it in that verbiage like, yo, it is mandatory.
I mean, if I say there's overtime and if you're put on the schedule for overtime, you have to show up. That's me saying that it's mandatory overtime. It's the same thing.
Plus from their perspective, though, like
it wasn't always like
they need a certain amount of
hours. I get that.
Yeah. Like it doesn't help them if you come in for an hour.
Yeah.
You don't get the benefit of your
No, I get that. What I'm saying, like the other people that's complaining about it, that's why I did the 5 hours that I did, because it was like, yo, this is what you're going to be doing. Fine. You know what I mean? Like even with Memorial Day, like normally on holidays, they'll have us like working from 6 to like 12. I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's 6 hours. I ain't gotta work the entire shit. Matter of fact, it'll be like from 6 to like 8 or 10 or whatever.
All right, hold on real quick. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all usually good at this. Gotta understand nuance and context. It's easy to just say this bullshit, but let me give you why my job does mandatory overtime.
Mm-hmm.
We rent property. So if somebody has a backup when the office is closed, we can't let them sit there all night with a backup.
Right.
Somebody has to come out and take care of it.
Right. Yep.
And it makes more sense for us to pay our employees to do that than to reach outside and get a contractor or something like that.
Right.
Like, yes, in general, the idea might be bullshit, but again, there are different reasons.
And that's what I'm saying though. Be like, I I understand the reasoning of it. You know what I'm saying?
You just don't like the change.
I just don't like it, but I don't like the change, but I'm willing to adapt to it as much as I.
Now, my question is this:
as long as I have control of it, you know what I mean? Because
my question is this though. So, in the situation that James just brought up, that is absolutely, you can't let somebody sit there with a backed up sewage.
That's illegal.
House. Yeah, you can't do that. But in the case of where you work at, surely that's not the equivalent.
No, it's more like what you said. It's just a time thing. We're not gonna pay you for 1 hour. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
I guess because that's why certain people ain't doing it. Like for Memorial Day, I was kind of late to sign up for it, but I don't care working a full whole 8 hours that day because I'm gonna get 8 hours of PTO. I'm like, shit, that's cool. I used to get 8 hours of PTO for working for 3.
Right.
That's my only contention, but I understand because it's a new company, and like what James says, there's no point of paying you for 3 hours.
They're not getting the productivity that's worth it for them.
Exactly, and then also giving you PTO with that shit.
I want to address what Discord Stripes. He says the idea of a 40-hour work week was created to limit employers from telling employees they had to work 80 hours, circumventing that should be illegal. And yes, I agree with you. That is the history of that. But I don't believe that.
I'm not sure that it's not illegal. Mandatory overtime does not mean that you have to work 80 hours.
That's what I was about to say.
No, you're taking it to the extreme.
But no, when he's saying 80, he's using that. I'm sure he's using that as an example because they were during the start of the industrial age, they were shitting on workers like crazy.
And that was a union thing. Right, the union busting that has happened throughout the country, kind of, and the 40-hour work week is almost a myth at this point.
Yeah, but the thing is, just like everything else, there are exceptions to that. Certain occupations where they have to deal with
a doctor,
right?
Like, yeah, there are plenty. I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out all of them, but there are a bunch of exceptions to this rule. Like, again, in general, I agree with you.
Exactly.
And in general, but there are a bunch of exceptions. When there are enough exceptions to a rule, it kind of isn't really a rule anymore.
Right. Well, that's a fact because if it's
a nuance type thing,
right. It's just that I think the average job though does not require that.
Right.
We're talking everything from fucking street sweeper to somebody working in the goddamn Target, right?
If you work at McDonald's, you generally don't have mandatory and overtime because they close at some point, and there's no reason them close. All right, that I'll put it that way. Any industry that closes and doesn't have to worry about anything when they close,
facts.
All the industries that aren't that, mandatory overtime is absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, I think that the people that are tripping on
that's another thing, Discord. That's another thing.
I think the people that's tripping on that, you could come in, like, say you could like come in on like Saturday, work 3 hours, and then dip. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like they're just saying since it's a new company, no, we're not doing that because that tactic doesn't work for us.
Yeah, facts.
That worked for y'all, but apparently it didn't. That's why.
Hold up, no, say it. Hold on. But fuck y'all.
It works for y'all, bro. That works for y'all, but fuck y'all because this is why this company bought y'all. So my whole thing is just, you know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is just like, well, I don't have to work overtime if I don't want to.
Yeah.
So if I don't want to, I'm not going to. But if I want to, I will dedicate my time. I will make sure that I keep my word when I say I'm going to come in.
I just thought about it. Discord's point. So just like the maintenance men at my job have mandatory overtime.
Yeah.
The people in the downtown office cannot do overtime.
Right.
We don't get overtime.
Right.
But there are salaried employees that will work as long as the work needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they're on salary.
That's what I want to do because I know.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. You think you do?
No, you don't.
No.
Yo, it depends on how much they're going to pay you. But I gotta say,
being on salary only matters when you work less.
I'm not. Because when you said salary, I didn't mean that part. Like, because I work hourly. You know what I'm saying? So I get time and a half if I work.
I was on salary before.
What I want to do, because I was asking, I was like, yo, I don't mind staying until after 5 because the people that do that shit, like, well, staying till after 4, like, I'll stay till 5. Mm-hmm. If I could do that for 4 days and then Friday I still get off at 4, I'm down to do that. Whatever department y'all need me in, I'll do that. Right. It's just another hour, and that's 44 hours. I'll do that. And when I asked my supervisor, like he's cool, but he's kind of like a supervisor, like he'll look out, but he won't really care unless like you being like real loud about the shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I told him, I was like, yo, so I want to work. Is it cool if I stay till 5 Monday through Thursday? He's like, oh, so you trying to go back to the whole 10-4s? I was like, nah, that's not what I said.
Right. Hold on. What you got?
What we talking about? I don't have.
No, he got food. I
know you got food. I know it's food.
You don't know that.
You don't. No, it's food. Okay.
No, see, because he's about to muscle on that shit right now.
No, go ahead.
No, but
he's licking his fingers and everything. It's good, ain't it?
Who's talking about?
So I asked Buddy that shit. He was just like, "Oh, so you trying to do the whole 1040s again and take Friday off?" I was like, "Nah, that's not what I said."
See you later, Joe.
But would you like that?
What, the 10-4s again?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, everybody would have a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, like, because the Fridays are like the days that we could like get other shit done.
Didn't you have that before?
Yeah, like they changed my schedule at that job at least like 4 times since I've been there. Because remember when I first got there, it's supposed to be Tuesday to Friday. I would get Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. Then they switched it like the week after they switched it from Monday to Thursday.
Right.
Then they switched it to Monday to Thursday, but it was like 12 hours instead of 10 for a few weeks. Now it's 5 days, 8 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I tell everybody that comes to my job, I'm like, yo, people don't stay here.
Right.
But the only thing that you could definitely depend on with this job is it's subjected to change all the time.
Right.
So expect it. Because I guess I'm what's the word? I'm desensitized to this shit because I'm used to it. So it's just like I know change is going to happen. So it's like when like people were bitching about, it's going to be 5 days now, 5 8s. I'm like, whatever. Well, at least I get an hour lunch. So that means I'm definitely going to get 40 hours every week.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
You said at least you get an hour's lunch?
Yeah, at least. And plus, like I said, plus I'm getting paid more too. So it's just like,
right.
I'm good with that. Everybody else complaining. I'm like, well, then, and I hate to sound like a dick, like. But
do you? I'm about to ask you that. Do you?
Because my response was, well, they gonna get another job, but I know that shit ain't as easy as
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just
don't make more money, yo. Well, you don't have enough. Just go make.
But at the end of the day, it's like then my thing. So what can you do then? I'm not saying that like then what can you do? And what
take shit until you don't gotta take shit no more.
Hey, then do that instead of complaining all the fucking time to me because I don't want to hear it.
I mean, that's kind of what people do, though.
And I get it, because I do it, too. I've done it before. But I'm just at the point, I'm just like, there's nothing I could do right now, so shit.
That's it. Napalm hit the nail on the head.
There's a reason. I wasn't going to talk about something, but because Palm said this, I got to. It's a sign. But go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, but he's right. The one thing is inconsistency. That's why I tell him about my job. Like, at that place, is always subject to change all the time. So never get comfortable there. The rules are always going to change day by day. Things that we could do yesterday, we ain't gonna be able to do it tomorrow. That's how it's in. Like there was a time like we could bring our own water bottles as long as they were clear, like our own like little jugs and all that shit.
Isn't vodka?
It is.
No, but my thing is now there's all right, so let me ask you this. So they're saying as long as it has a GXO label on it, it's okay. You can still put a vodka. You can still put vodka in that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
If I bring my own shit, I still can't bring it in anyway. But somebody that has a GXO label on their shit, they can still bring the clear bottle in there.
Right.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb. That's what I'm saying. It's little stupid rules. That's why people don't stay there. You know what I mean? That's why people leave and they have a horrible turnover. That's why they always hiring people all the fucking time. So it's like
that actually benefits you though in some ways.
Yeah, because like who's going to last? Because there's been pit drivers that were supposed to be pit drivers that leave the same fucking day, and every pit driver that I tell them, I'm like, and maybe that's me looking out for myself and self-preservation. I'm like, yo, it took me at least like 3 weeks until I got my shit, but I just don't there. And they be like, damn, I just want to be on there now. I'm like, no, but you still got to go to train. You still got to know where this is going. I'm like, yo, and Barry, he's the trainer. Damn, I thought he was in out there. Whatever. But he's the trainer. He drags his feet with the shit.
Yikes.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what my week's been like. The other shit, I'll let y'all know off this shit. But,
word.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not going to start with that because it's something that I wasn't going to talk about. I feel like I should now because somebody brought it up, but I might not. So I'm going to let that linger.
This is gonna be ass.
Yes,
Bruh.
Yes, it is.
Bruh. All right, so smaller side. This happened yesterday. I'm at Panera. Some douche knuckle takes literally all of the napkins out of the dispenser. Like he literally had like 20 napkins on the table. No, there wasn't one left.
I have been your ass. I've been accused. I have been credibly accused
of being a douche knuckle.
Of being a douche knuckle when it comes to napkins.
Yo, what is wrong? So hold up. Here's the thing. I got a question.
Question.
Because I've often taken more napkins than I need, right? Mm-hmm. But do you do that when you're taking the last of the napkins?
Wait, if it's in the dispenser,
yes.
No, when you is going about to
hold up. You're saying if you come up to the dispenser, there's only a few left in there, or
right,
whatever. Or if I can honestly say, in that situation, yeah, I'm probably gonna take them all.
See you
but I'm saying, like, how do you know that? How do you know how many are in?
You can tell. You don't know exactly how many.
No, pushback thing, right?
Yeah, because the thickness of it.
Right. If it's right up against, if you feel the back of it immediately,
then like
G. Right. Yo, this thing. Well, he wasn't. He was Asian guy. This motherfucker had 20. I'm not exaggerating either. I don't know if I'm accurate with the number, but shut up. He had 20 napkins on his fucking. I'm like, yo. And here's the thing: it was slightly crowded, and it was. We were getting lunch. We had a meeting at work. We were getting lunch before the meeting, so I'm like, all right, it's slightly crowded in here. There's a bunch of people standing over there waiting for their food. I don't know who's trying to eat in here or not.
Right.
I want a booth. It's only one booth left. All right, let me go to that booth. Fuck, the booth is dirty. I can wipe it off.
Right.
Walk over to the napkin dispenser, no napkins. Walk over to the other napkin dispenser, no napkins. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Walk back to the booth, happen to glance left and see this motherfucker with 20 napkins on his goddamn table. So I talked to the cashier, like, yo.
I feel seen.
Yeah.
Like, talk to the cashier, like, yo, ain't no napkins. He's like, all right, I'll refill the dispenser soon. All right, cool. So I went back to the booth. So fast forward to the end of me being there, this motherfucker used 2 of them. Because I was sitting was out of the 20 that he pulled, he used 2.
See, now that's the thing.
Now I don't know if he threw them away or not. I wasn't following him out of the goddamn restaurant.
Right.
But while he was sitting there eating his food, he used 2 napkins.
That's the thing. I mean, I'm going to use the lion's share, even if I'm going to use the lion's share because I'm a mess.
Oh,
I'm a mess.
You just shove food in your mouth, so you
kind of a mess. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some, drops here, there, hands. I hate when my hands get that. Yes, it's food, but then the idea of just constantly. Yeah, I hate that shit.
I know, I get that. I get that though. If you're gonna use them, like if I'd got to the end of him being there and all the napkins was used, or maybe if it was like 2 left, I wouldn't even be talking about him right now. So this motherfucker
did you get his information?
Nah, I wasn't going above him. He looked like he was enjoying his food.
Oh.
Yeah, he looked like he was. Vermin, do you not know who I am? I'm confused. Are you not aware?
He's the watcher.
Yeah, I don't.
That's you watching in the flesh.
No,
you brought up. I want to address something you said up earlier in that. You said that the booth is dirty.
Yeah.
I try to be fair because I know that in that particular work, that field occupation, it can get hectic.
Yeah,
and you run it back.
And like I said, it had gotten crowded at this point.
But normally, I get pissed but it also depends on the type of establishment it is, right?
Right.
I get pissed if I go to sit down in the booth and there's food on the chair, food all over the table.
This is what happens.
I typically
what happened.
Rubs me.
I had the capacity to be mad at everyone. I could have been mad at the last people that were there.
Yeah.
I could have been mad at the employees.
Yeah.
But because I saw this motherfucker with 20 napkins on his table, so special space. Vermin. This is how this actually worked. I happened. The booth that I was sitting at was literally like diagonal to where he was sitting, so I couldn't help but notice that he had 20 fucking napkins. Hey, Discord, you're right. You're right. It's just what happened.
You know why I posted that though? Look how he spelled adequate.
It's just what happened. You are correct, sir. So yeah, anyway, more trip planning shenanigans. So Marcus doesn't understand the concept of doing this as stress-free as possible.
You don't know that.
I'm aware. No,
just don't know how to.
There's no. Because I'm here. I'm here doing this with you.
Oh.
So
he may not see you as a resource.
That's impossible. He's not stupid. Because here's the thing: it would be one thing if he never knew that I did this,
right?
But he's been on like the vast majority of the trips that I've done this with. So he says we talking about the trip, and I'm constructing the message that I'm going to send out to everybody, and I send it to him. Well, actually, I hadn't sent it to him yet, but I'm like I'm. The last thing we were trying to figure out before we sent the message was if it was possible for people to pay with payments and how that would happen. So I said that to him. So his response was, "Is Fab going?" No, it's Fab's girl going. I said, "I don't know. Probably. I would imagine so. It's kind of how that generally works." And I'm like, "But why do we need to know that?" And he said,
"Why
the number of people and room assignments." I said, "Why do we need to know that?" And no, this didn't come through twice. This is me responding to what you said.
Right.
He said, because if he's going to have a roommate, then the number of possible combinations changes. If someone may need to have their own room, I'm sure they'd want to know. I said, Marcus, they can figure that out on their own. We don't need to assign roommates. We're not. This is not. No, we're not.
It's not official.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
His response was, assigning rooms isn't the point. It's having the information to share. I said, slow your roll, buddy. We are basically playing the role of the travel agent.
Yeah.
We are giving you the price.
Y'all not counselors.
We're giving you the price for single occupancy. We're giving you the price for double occupancy.
Right.
It is on you to decide if you're going to have a roommate and who that person is.
Nothing to do.
That has nothing to do with us.
It's to do with what their pockets looking like and what their
right. And I ain't trying to be in their pockets. I have no reason to be. And he's like, "You're adding extra info that I'm not talking about." I get the point, though. No, the fuck you didn't. What happened is you realized you were wrong and didn't want to say it.
That's what happened.
That's what the fuck happened. But anyway, moving on. So
that's something humans do.
Absolutely. So, Yo said it while he wasn't at the desk. He heard it. I know you heard it. I know you heard it. So the next thing, one of our coworkers was, Mike, your pockets, they kind of full right now. I don't know if it's room.
Money bags Mike Gleason. I don't know.
I don't know if there's room for me no more. Like, I don't. But anyway, so another one, our other coworker that goes on these trips with us, I had to deal with her being flustered because either Marcus gave her bad info or she misunderstood or didn't fully listen. I'm leaning towards it being the latter because after this happened, I then had a convo with her about the trip, and she completely disregarded something I said as well. So we were we were trying to figure out the message that we were sending to everybody. And because they worked together, they had a conversation about it. So I'm like, all right, no room of silence equals arguing. That's funny. That's funny. So they were talking about price cost. So he told her the cost, and he's texting me while he's talking to her. Right. So I know what he's saying to her.
Right.
He told her the cost, and I was like, all right, well, no, make sure you give her the cost for the cheapest room, because you didn't do this. Cost isn't for the cheapest room. Make sure you give her the cost for the cheapest room. He said, okay. I see her the next day. She's like, I'm not happy with your choice of resort. My first instinct.
I was about to say, what?
My first instinct was to say, so
she stepped right in the bear trap.
Right. Like, but I give her grace. And I said, what's your issue?
Very graceful.
Yeah. What's your issue? Yeah. It's too expensive. I said, no, it's not. It's the price that Marcus originally gave you. It's less than that. Well, that's not what Marcus said. Marcus says that was the price for just the room. No, the fuck he didn't. There's no way that he said that.
You might have.
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it, because again, I gave her the price for the least expensive room, and she said, "Oh, that's just the room." No, I just told you that was the room and the flight. What do we? I literally just said this to you.
Right.
I said, no, that wasn't just the room. That was the room and the flight. Here's the cost when you take that room to the lowest room. Oh, that's just for the room? No. What are you? Anyway. So,
yo, you know why all this is hilarious to me? This is all hilarious to me because just a mere 2 years ago, maybe 3, I seem to recall SPJ talking about, man, I have retired from.
No, hold up. Don't bury me.
Oh, sorry.
So I sent the next. I sent the mass text out. Finally got it all, configured and everything. Sent it out to the people. By the time funny enough, by the time I had sent the mass text out, 3 people had already booked their flight. 2 people already booked their flight and their room. Because again, this ain't the other times.
Right.
This is different. I'll get to that. So I sent the mass text out. So most people who we had thoughts on potentially going on a trip now know about it. Interestingly enough, I didn't include the name of the resort in the text, but I put a link to the site for the resort. I didn't realize at the time that if you go to that site, it shows you the resort. But once you go to try to book, it shows you all of their resorts. Right. So I was like, fuck. And then I was like, hold on. Because for days, nobody said anything. So I'm like, all right, this is when we'll see how serious people are about going on the trip or not.
Right.
Because now you have to actually do some work.
Yeah.
You have to, at this point, there's no way for you to know, unless you're paying super attention, which everybody doesn't do, there's no way for you to know what resort. So you're going to have to do a little bit more work if it's just texting one of us like, hey, what's the name of the resort?
Right.
That never happened. But I talked to somebody, and when I talked to them, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it in the group chat like, hey, this is the actual name. So I handled this one very differently. No stress of potential bad or busy travel agent. No need for me to meticulously get every possible detail. No somebody paying up front and having to wait for everybody to pay them back. Nah. Marcus and I found a resort that's not too crazy price-wise. And they have a range of amenities and room types. Hey, y'all, here's the resort. Here's the price right now for the cheapest room with a reasonable flight. Here's the price for single occupancy. Here's the price for double occupancy. These are the dates. Do what y'all gonna do. If y'all have any questions, feel free to text Marcus or myself. I legitimately don't care who I didn't say this part to them. I legitimately don't care who goes. All of the people that I really wanted to go,
right,
have either booked their flight and their room. One of them isn't going, and there's nothing I can do about that. I'm past the point of begging someone to go on vacation.
Damn right.
And the last group of the people that I absolutely want to go, they haven't booked anything because they're waiting on their roommate. So everybody else, right. It's not that I don't want them to go, but I'm not pressed. Like if y'all go, cool. If y'all don't, cool.
See, this is the thing. Like, I feel like a part of you is thinking, a big part, I'm gonna have fun and go regardless.
That's exactly what's happening.
You know,
I know Marcus is going. I know Fab is going. I have a roommate.
Mm-hmm. So wait a minute. Do you get deals?
No, I don't personally. That's another reason why it didn't matter this time, because there was no, if you get a certain amount of people to go, no, we didn't have, that wasn't a thing.
That wasn't part of the,
not this time.
Okay.
So that's why I really don't care who goes. Like, if nobody else decides to go,
because I was always wondering that, and always forget to ask you because of getting to the other details.
There have been times. Okay. So, for instance, if it's an Airbnb, it behooves you to have more people because the price of the unit doesn't change. So more people means everybody's paying less.
Facts.
But this is an all-inclusive resort. It don't matter. The room, and it's an all-inclusive resort in which I don't have a group rate.
Right.
So then it don't matter. Yeah. Like, so legitimately,
it's funny because what appears to be happening a lot of times in these situations with you is that you have to fight against two very primal urges that sometimes conflict with each other. One, the primal urge to save a buck. The second primal urge to not be around people. In order for me to be able to save a buck. And for some of these cases, I have to invite more people, but then that means I have to be around more people.
All of that.
Yeah, like
all of that. So in this case, legitimately, there could be 30 people. Now, I'm not saying 30 people were invited, but legitimately, there could be 30 people going. Wouldn't matter because it's going to be a resort. There's really not going to be a bunch of times where we're all together anyway.
Right.
Because it's a resort. People might want to go on excursions, eat fried chicken. You might want to go on some type of excursion. You might want to, sit around the pool all day.
Right.
It's whatever. You do whatever you want to do. I ain't mad at you. I holler at you. Like, oh, you sit in the pool? I come holler at you for a couple minutes. Right. When I'm done at the pool, I can go do whatever.
Yeah, facts.
Simple.
Yeah.
So I ain't.
Tell me real quick. Why you business?
Listen. The thing that's funny is the last adventure y'all had in traveling, how I just smoothed over him. Tell me about my business. Like the last adventure you had in that, it appeared that people were on that, but we're the Scooby gang. We all have to be in the Scooby van.
Yeah, no,
I hate that.
And that's funny. That's how I started. I started off the text saying that, but not saying that. We were supposed to go to Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico doesn't have any all-inclusive resorts. Not true all-inclusive. Not the way that we look at all-inclusive. Right, I know. Again, some people are no, not. They don't have what I'm talking about.
Right.
And that was absolutely necessary because I was not going to be in that situation again. No, not immediately. No, not my next trip after I had the issues that I had on the last trip was not going to put me in that same position. No,
right.
We're not doing that. Right. That's not happening. Like there are things that I change my mind about. There are things that I have a soft stance on. Taking care of me.
Yeah, facts.
Nah, B. When it pertains to other people, nah, B.
Because I would rather prefer the option of doing something outside the exclusivity than it being absolutely necessary for me to do that because this place doesn't have everything.
Right.
Because anything can happen, and I might feel a way when I get down there where I want to chill around the resort for a little bit, whatever, and I don't want to have to go Right. Yeah, I feel you.
Right. So moving on. Let's words mean things. They do. I know I haven't said it in a while, but it doesn't make it any less true. Words mean things.
What do they mean?
Merriam-Webster defines the word H-U-H, as used to express surprise, disbelief, or confusion, or as an inquiry, inviting an affirmative reply.
You know, there was another way you could have approached that right there, as I'm looking up now. Before you could have went into the definition of word: a single, distinct, meaningful element of speech or writing, used with others or sometimes alone to form a sentence, and typically shown with a space on either side when written.
But that doesn't really help what I'm trying to figure. No.
They may not know
more specific. More specific than that. Not general. Yes, that would be a great general help, but we're not doing generalizations.
But they might.
So it's crazy how this shit happens. So I have stories on here of things that specifically happen during my weeks and shit, but often there are themes. Often there will be a week where 2 or 3 people will do the same type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is ridiculous. So in this case, people apparently don't understand what means. Like, 3 different. Good night, everybody.
I'm gonna just say, like what the old black folks say, if you can,
you can hit. No, but it wasn't audible. It wasn't audible.
Oh, is that what Biggie was doing?
Is that what Juvie was doing?
Possibly. No. Here's AJ. So 3 different people this week text me a thing. I replied to them, and they proceeded to text the same exact thing. As you know, the whole thing about people texting how they talk, right? You know the whole thing about how people text how they talk,
right?
This is what happened.
Yeah,
with all 3 of these motherfuckers.
They thought you was asking reiterate. No,
they didn't even reiterate. No, they text the exact same. It's as if they copied and pasted.
No, bro, what they couldn't. They thought you couldn't hear them.
Yeah, again, it's like people talk how they text. If that conversation was happening orally, that's what the response would have been.
Phrasing. But look,
I'll give you that.
Notice. 4 weeks.
You haven't been here for weeks, nigga.
But I've seen the last pods. I haven't been doing it.
The point is, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, I don't understand. Like, clearly,
you couldn't hear him.
Yo, context apparently is not a thing that humans do well. Text. Well, that's a fact. Yo, it's a text. What do you mean? Why would you repeat yourself?
Right.
Literally repeat yourself. Clearly,
you were asking for more details, more data.
Right, like I don't understand.
What you should have done, James, you know how protocol goes with sex. Send the eyeball emoji or the emoji. The one with the...
Nah, I don't even think that would have been helpful in this scenario.
Oh, well,
like, what are we doing here? Like, literally the same exact thing.
Actually, Eddie may have a point there. And the reason I say that, if they thought you didn't hear them,
sure,
from the if you gave them the then the visual, they need help.
Maybe
they need help. The visual,
maybe, but I don't have faith. I don't have faith.
Then that's something different. Then,
yeah, I don't, and not because of who they are, but because of how they responded to this. I don't necessarily have faith that would have made a difference.
I mean, I think
because I get that because
their intentions was to be polite. Oh, he must have.
Right. He must not have heard me. What do you mean?
No, I'm going to let them fucking hear you.
Like what? Like clearly,
I read you.
Yeah, no shit. I didn't hear you because you didn't. All right. So, all right. That's just.
I mean, yeah, you didn't hear him. So
yeah, that's just
definitely not at all.
Clearly didn't hear them. That's just a little aside. That's just something that happened. So I texted last week, Mother's Day. So I pretty much. Huh?
Sorry, I was just saying shouts to all the mothers last week.
Oh, thanks. So I basically texted Happy Mother's Day to pretty much every woman in my phone who's a mother.
You be doing that?
Sometimes I used to do it all the time. I hadn't done it in a while. So this time I was like, fuck it. I hadn't done it in a while.
There are specific women.
Hold up. You're burying the lead again. Oh. So there were two in particular models that I don't actually speak to.
Oh, of course. You
know one of them.
Yes, of course.
So they responded to this in two very different ways. So one of them, apparently either they've deleted my number or got new phones or whatever the case may be. Again, we don't speak. So actually Discord, that probably would have been no. Here's the thing, because I'm pretty sure one of these three people was being a dick.
Oh.
The other two I can accept they didn't really understand.
Right.
I'm pretty sure one of them was being a dick. But anyway, so they responded two completely different ways. One of them, the one that you could guess, responded. I texted at 4:05. She responded the next day before, like, about 1:00. Who is this? I never responded.
I wouldn't have either.
5 hours later, she texts again. Stop texting my phone.
Whoa. Oh, stop. See, you're gonna have to explain this to me.
There's nothing for me to explain. So I can't help you.
I gotta listen. So you sent the mass
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all these. This is also another reason why I don't do that shit. But all right. So this person who I know exactly who you're talking about, exactly who you're talking about, sent you a text back saying, "Who this?" And then 5 hours later,
when I didn't respond,
hours later,
after I had already stopped texting her phone,
you stopped texting her phone after the Happy Mother's Day.
Right. Sent me, stop texting my phone.
Listen, you guys obviously, of course, don't know who we're talking about personally.
Right.
I will just say to you that this specific person has issues, which is the reason why.
Does it run with Vasily?
No, it's not her.
No. But this particular person is not right, and that's why it's not surprising. It's crazy that she did, but it's not surprising.
No, it's not surprising. Again, I really didn't think when I sent the message. I really didn't think twice. That's why I
don't do that.
This person is a woman in my phone who has a child. This person is a woman in my phone who has. That's really. But anyway, the other model.
That's why I don't do that, by the way, because I know what my old man memory is, and I got a lot of numbers in my phone from years and years ago.
I get it. I get it.
I don't. I may have forgot somebody I didn't want to be in contact with ever again.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's a real thing. The other model responded 1 minute later after I said Happy Mother's Day with "Who is this?" But for two reasons. One, this was not an attempt for me to reconnect with anyone.
Yeah.
if I text you
it feels
and
like
you don't know who I am,
that might be an unintentional result.
Yeah, like yeah, we're good. But also, I'm still in the process of doing it because it was 1 minute later. She responded immediately.
Right.
Then 5 minutes later, she called me. I didn't answer the phone.
Right.
Then 2 hours later, she texted me question marks. Then 2 days later, she texted me the eyeballs.
And then 5 days later,
no, that was it. That was it. No, that was it.
Don't text my
no. No, that was it. That was it. I'm like, what is going?
She's better than me because like I got like a mass text one time. I didn't realize it was my father sitting in that shit until I realized that shit. It was like on my other, like his side of the family shit.
Oh my!
And I told him straight, I was like, yo, if y'all don't stop sending me this shit, I'm going to post a porn link.
No, hold on. No, wait. Stop.
Do that.
This is not the same scenario.
I didn't do that.
Wait. This is not the same scenario. This was not this was not a mass text. I sent out to each of them.
Yeah. Oh, individually. I thought you were saying.
Yeah.
Also, Eddie, you are on your father's side of the family. But anyway, what was you saying?
That's funny. That's fun. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it. But no, yeah, this, and the text was simply Happy Mother's Day. It wasn't like
it wasn't no long.
Yeah, it wasn't no chain letter or no dumb shit like that. But anyway, yeah, I just find it interesting how they had 2 very different reactions.
Yo, on the one that with that one reaction, the first one, such a shit bird,
bruh.
Like you must have had a momentary lapse where you were feeling magnanimous. Seriously.
I ain't gonna hold you. I did hesitate.
Cut.
I hesitated, but I did it anyway.
Damn.
And I realize now that it's just no point. Like,
think long, think wrong.
Like I should have thought longer.
See, this is another reason why I'm not going to say the person's name, of course, but because so annoying and so ignorant and so like y'all just, like oh god, and I didn't think it would be that way,
bro. Like, what was the point of all the hostility? Like, I don't understand. But all right, fuck it. So now we're back to the thing that Napalm mentioned. Again, this is another scenario. We had this issue of 2 people this week. Consistency. The only consistency is inconsistency. It really bothers me when people misuse consistency, particularly when we're talking about human behavior.
So in other words, let's see if I understand it correctly. When people misuse inconsistency, an example of that would be, I am consistent about trolling.
That's accurate. No, that's accurate. That's accurate. No. So both of these people are using consistency to mean perfection.
Oh no! We're not doing that.
Yeah, that's just
you can't interchange.
Both of these. Well,
that's not a thing.
Both of these people. How did I put it before? Because I had it in my head when I was going to talk about it, and then a second person did it, and because that person may or may not listen to this, I didn't want to bring it up. But because it's 2 people, again, I'm not talking about either one of them individually.
Right.
It's just the concept of it.
Yeah.
How did I put it before? They're defining consistency as in the thing versus the tool you use to measure the thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not how this works. Consistency
is not inherently positive.
If I have 10 chances to do something and I do it the same way 9 of those 10, that is still consistent.
Yes. And also you could be doing it 9 times out of that 10 wrong.
Right. That's another thing. I ain't even get into that part of it.
You could be like consistently inconsistent. Like that's the 9 out of 10 shit. Like,
here's the thing. That's the thing. That's possible. But like, I am not a robot.
Yeah.
If you acknowledge that out of 10 times I do something the way you like it done 9 of those times,
right? And then one time
I should get grace for that.
Yeah.
There should not be some violent reaction,
and yet
to this thing being this one time being different.
I have found that to be a common reaction.
It's ridiculous
from people, and it's like you said, this outlier. I'm getting the heat for this outlier.
That's why the word exists.
Yeah.
That's why the word outlier exists. It's because this isn't what's typical.
Yeah.
This is something abnormal.
That's why I don't think people know what they mean when they say keep the same energy.
Bruh.
They don't know what it means. Like sometimes you probably can't. You know what I mean? Like
facts, Vermin.
That shit just hits different after the early conversation.
It do. It really do. But you're right. People don't know what they mean when they say keep the same energy.
No, they don't. They don't.
People, anybody that's expecting robotic levels of sameness from a human, you're bugging.
We're not automatons, my guy.
Right? Like, what the? That's so weird. Like, that's
what humans are. They're garbage,
bruh.
No,
humans are messy. Humans are lazy. Humans are forgetful.
They're the Russian doll of
bruh.
They're trash inside trash. It's inside trash.
Now, mind you, all of those characteristics I just named: messy, lazy, forgetful. Okay. That's funny that I forgot. Forgetful. Anyway,
that works.
So all of those characteristics I just mentioned don't even take into account context.
Right.
Right.
Context matters. If you ask me to do something, and every time you ask me to do that thing, I happened to have done it.
And
then one time I don't.
Yeah.
Why is it that your default is to be upset versus wonder like, this isn't normal. I wonder what's wrong. I wonder
maybe it's something I did to make them not want to do
it.
Maybe you know the reason they don't go, because they don't understand what that word means.
I hate him, but he's so right.
I mean,
Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, I will never, nor do I aspire to be that definition of consistent.
Right.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. I'm not even going to attempt it.
Because people think consistent means just like you're 100% that all the time. Like no. In reality, you can't be that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's what you typically do. It's not what you do all the time. It's not necessarily what you do all the time.
It's like, what is going on here?
Things are subject to change.
Something being consistent is supposed to be something that you can reliably expect.
Yeah.
You can reliably expect. That doesn't mean it's going to happen every single time.
Right. Yeah.
No, it means that in any given instant, you can assume that this thing is going to happen.
The same way when
could you be wrong? Sure.
Should you be wrong? Maybe.
Same thing with my fucking like direct deposit shit. Sometimes it would drop, like it normally dropped on Friday. Sometimes it would drop on fucking Saturday, and I would get pissed at that shit. I'm like, why the fuck is it dropping on Saturday when it normally drops on Friday?
So here's the thing, right? The reason in that case is because you be relying on your money, and if you set your bill structure or expense structure a certain way, and then You rely on it to come that day, and it doesn't. It inconveniences you. That's why you're angry. That's a good reason to actually be kind of angry.
James' point is just like, yo, I can understand. Like, okay, then they would drop on Saturday because I know that's normally how it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in that case, it's still a bit of consistency because at least one of those two things will happen.
Right. But I think your reaction to that is valid.
It is valid.
Considering you've attached all of your expenses and stuff, payments to when you get your check.
Let me be clear. There are two different things. You can be disappointed in a result.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely valid.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with being disappointed in a result.
Right.
If I ask Fab to go somewhere, 9 times out of 10, if he's not busy, he's going to do it.
He's going to go. Right.
If that one instance he doesn't, I can be disappointed that Fab's not going to be able to come with me.
But to be
mad,
that's
to be mad that he normally does it and isn't doing it this time. No,
I ain't going to trip. Like, I get it. You might be caught up. You might have some other shit that you got. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be considerate about shit.
You might not feel like it.
Yeah, and that too. Like, and that's the thing. Like, you have to realize, like, yo, you're asking for something. This person doesn't necessarily have to do it.
Bruh, it's where consideration comes in.
And also where consistency. Like, all right, so take Napalm. Napalm is consistently trolling.
Here we go.
But the times he doesn't troll is when he's not on the show. So if he didn't listen,
oh my god!
But he consistently.
I thought he was going some other way. Like, he sometimes when he on the show, he dropped jewels and stuff.
You saying?
This nigga.
No, he clearly had to respond. He clearly had to respond to the comment on the screen.
Yeah, he had to get him back.
I'm just saying.
I get
it. It's just
he's on the show. If he's listening, he's trolling. That's what we know
in general.
And I would suspect even if we don't see it.
Yeah, he probably is still trolling. Yeah, it's probably a real thing.
He could literally be in a full body cast.
Yeah,
watching the show, and he's saying his trolling shit, even though we'll never see it.
Yeah, we'll never see it. We can't tell you.
Oh, so you don't think he'll have somebody set up the word for tech shit?
He could.
Yeah. Oh, he gonna get his shit off. He will find a way.
He might.
Hey, because it's Tim. I mean, Tim would do that too. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, both of them.
Tim would do that too.
What?
Hey, yo, you know how Jeff Goldblum on the fucking
life
will find a way.
These
niggas will find a way.
Hey, yo, that is the asses right.
These niggas will find a way.
That is the
it's real shit though. It's real shit. But like, yeah, yo, like that. Out of everything that happened this week, that was the most annoying. Cause it's like, what are we like?
Huh?
Here's the worst part about it.
I'll be getting accused of that too, Vermin. I understand.
Shut the fuck up. Line motherfucker. I
get accused of it.
The absolute worst part about it is it's the inevitable. I shouldn't have to even say this, but is that these people aren't robot-like either. Because it's not a thing.
But see, this is the whole point about talking about the speck in someone else's eye and not saying your eye. Like, it's easily more observable for me to pull out your inconsistencies, even if I do the same thing, than it is for me to see my own if I'm the type of person who's not self-reflective. And I have found that a large percentage of the people that I've come into contact with are not as self-reflective as you would hope they would be. Because because they'll say certain things, they'll complain about certain things and criticize certain things when you just saw them do that.
The funny thing about that is, if I was asked, I would deem both of these people self-reflective people.
Well, you know what it could be though? They're not self-reflective about everything because
right.
Look, there are certain things about our personalities that we have not reflected on. This is how we get to learn
Sure.
new shit about yourself.
Absolutely.
Through all the stages of your life, from the time you're a kid, from the time you're a teenager, young adult, to an old man. You constantly find things like, oh, damn, I didn't even really examine that about myself before. That's, at least I would think that should be a goal. It should at the very least be a side quest in the years, in this journey of your life, right? Like, you should at least be trying to be open to being self-reflective.
Yeah, so that way you could be able to change and like not make the same.
If you feel like you need to be changed.
No, that's what I was about to say. No, all of it, you don't have to, like I said, I'm never going to be that consistent. I'm never going to strive to be that consistent. It's not a thing I'm interested in.
I said, that's the problem. You be thinking.
But yeah, no, it's not a thing I'm interested in. And there are some people who claim to require it. I just might not be.
My only thing is, like, I don't like people who require it who don't do that same shit for themselves. So that's why.
Well, here's the thing: nobody does that.
Exactly. So it's
there's a very the portion of people that do that. First of all, you likely have to be rich.
Because then you got more time to do that.
Bruh, whether it's time or whether it's other resources that allow you to
a therapist or whatever,
keep a very like precise schedule,
right?
And like, no, I'm not that, and will never be that, and don't have any desire to move.
Here's the other thing that I think this is another layer of this that I think people ignore, but I take a lot of rhetorical cues from comic books and shit like that. So you have the Hulk, right? The Hulk cannot control his rage. Therefore, he is a danger. However, what the Avengers tend to do a lot of times is point him into the direction of the goal they need that rage at. You can do the exact same things with certain bad habits you have. For me, I have certain, it's not as bad as it used to be. I have certain anger issues or whatever. However, or certain other just bad qualities. But sometimes, even though I know that's a bad quality, I also know it's useful. There's a time and place for that to be useful. So if I can just control it to a degree, I know when to bring the shit out. People say, well, when you come from the neighborhoods that we come from, you pick up these responses, right? These responses to certain things. Because listen, where we come from, you pay with your words, with your ass.
Facts.
With your ass. So these things and all these other, we know how to spot con men. Motherfuckers is running scams. We know how to spot them. It's certain things that you learn from these bad environments where you learn some negative traits or whatever. If you only self-reflective enough to know I have these, but I'm not self-reflecting on this to get rid of it. I don't want to get rid of it. I need it. I need to know how to harness it. Right. A lot of the rage, I'm gonna tell you, man, a lot of the rage, disappointment, frustration, and anger, and all this other shit that I grew up with, even up into an adulthood, I didn't want to get rid of it. I funneled it into music. It was a battery in my back. And there are people, that's why being self-reflective about it is not necessarily for the reasons of getting rid of it.
No,
it depends on what it is.
Yeah, like I feel like
it just shouldn't be a point where I can say to you, you do this, and you're like, what?
Right.
Because my thing is like I know I do certain things, and this is like I'm okay with it. Like the other day, I was telling my homeboy Quan, I was like, "Yo, at my job, I was like, yo, I know you have anger issues. Like I can see."
Hold up, real quick, like, Mike, send me some Munster.
Monster. First of all, Mike and Napalm my ass. Napalm with the point, to him in the direction of the refrigerator, and no, excuse me, not Mike. Discord. He said he called me the troll father, like the troll father. Ass. Go ahead. Ass.
No, I'm just saying. I was talking to my homie at the job, but he was like, "I guess like you were real quiet on that shit." I was like, "You are too." He's like, "So I know you got some anger issues on that shit." I'm like, "Yeah," and I try to like make sure I temper those things,
right?
And I have to make sure like because I don't want to let that go because shit like that it protects me at times. So
I need that. There are times when you need that blind, when you unleash it. Like, all right, this is a situation where that guy has to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I had a bar in a song about you're gonna miss the nice guy when the asshole surfaces.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Speaking on that bar, like literally yesterday or the day before this, something happened to my job. Somebody said something to me, and I wanted to like snap on them, but I was like, look where you at. You can't do that because the thing that you say, like they saying some crazy shit to you.
Right.
But if you say it back to them, they're not gonna take it the way that you took it. Like they're gonna take it like they feel like they can turn up even more.
Yeah,
and it's like, nah, like I'm doing this shit to shut it down. But that's why I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just be like, yeah, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And keep it pushing.
Right. But it is annoying that a situation like that is annoying because like, just know. Speak to me. It just should be simple.
It's just like, don't talk to me like that. What makes you
the way you want me to speak to you? Because here's the thing. Like you said, if I come off at you like that, you're going to turn up. So if you turn up, or if you say that to me and I turn up, you can't. You should know this from the gate, especially if you're somebody that you've known for a long time. I know this nigga. I'm not trying to go there with this nigga. So I know how we gonna have this interaction.
Like, yo, you only
that's it. Discord on the Scorched Earth song.
I feel like you're only doing that shit because where we at in this particular place,
right?
But if we was outside somewhere where nobody could protect you from me or whatever, like you wouldn't do that. Don't do that.
Yo, that reminds me of something Sean Black said. He said one day somebody was saying something to him. You gotta remember this back when we was like teens. Sean was already 315 pounds, right? He was already a big motherfucker, right? This dude was saying something, but he was saying it like well out of range of being crap, right? Sean looked, and he could have bellowed like a moose and did the whole Tyrannosaurus. Rah! He very calmly said, yo, what could you possibly do to protect yourself from me? It was so cold, yo, because everything got quiet. It was like the bees stopped buzzing.
Okay.
Burst, because everybody looked at him was like,
Shut up,
you don't want this big motherfucker grabbing you. He can't catch you now, but when he does, you got to live around here, B. Fix that. Fix that. Fix that. Fix that. All things.
But it is like is when now you put in a position
Don't
like
palm his ass.
Yeah, that's why I told him shut up. That's why it's just nuts. Like when they do that shit and you can't do nothing about it, they think they got one up on you, and it's just like then it makes me feel like
I hate that.
I'm being pussy. And it's like,
yo,
but I gotta be.
I hate
I hate when I feel like I gotta be pussy. Like I don't like that shit.
It's like it's the equivalent of you got a sibling, right? And your mom is right there. And ain't no any other time.
Yeah.
You would have been giving them wedgies, atomic noogies for the shit they about to say.
Hey, they slap you in the back of the
Can't
head.
do it.
You can't do it in the
you
back.
Can't do it because your mom said right there.
Because if you do something,
he's the worst, yo.
Come on, take a break. Take a break, my guy.
For real, fam.
Take a break, my guy.
Yo, he is the worst.
Paul. Take 5, my guy. Like,
that's cool. Like I'll eat that.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Damn.
I'll eat that. It's cool.
Phrasing.
Damn. No, I got you.
Yo, Mike said that has to be the coldest phrase from a big man. When a big man says that shit, you better be walking on air. Yeah, yo, when Sean said that, I'm telling you, yo, it froze everything. He wasn't even talking to you. And yet you, woo, okay, woo. This big, sick. At the time he was like 6 feet, 315-pound dreadhead monster. Yo, what?
Ugh. Yo, all right. So let's talk about some music from somebody who hasn't
dropped music in a while. Talking about Kendrick.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
No, Andy, I wasn't about to. So, Kendrick came out. The album actually is out now.
I haven't heard the whole album. I just heard the song that he dropped.
Single.
Heart 5.
Heart 5. Yeah. So when the song came out and I watched the video, a little background first. So the big three. People refer to Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick as the big three. Since that has been a thing, Kendrick has been my number one.
You know, the only big three that matter to me is Cap, Iron Man, and Thor.
I get it. I understand. I get it. So I had always had Kendrick as number one. Always. And then I watched this and I said to myself, if this album is To Pimp a Butterfly 2, then Kendrick is going down. Because I'm not here for this shit. I was not here for that. And I would not have been here.
You know damn well you wanted to pimp a butterfly your whole life.
No, nigga. It's never been a
That's not a goal. I could have sworn that was a goal.
Never,
that was bucket list. The pimp a butterfly.
Yo, Palm, sit down, my guy. Palm, sit down, yo. Sit down. So again, I was like, please. It's been 5-7 years since you put out an album. Can you please not have this be another To Pimp a Butterfly? And it was not. I got a chance to listen to it once, the whole album. But To Pimp a Butterfly, it is not. However, Kendrick, I still gotta move you down.
You know what I feel like? I haven't heard the whole album, but I kind of feel like, just going off of the one song he released, Kendrick was going to always go down on your list eventually, because I feel like him and the other handful of other artists, regardless of genre, they're going to push. The phrase "doing too much." They're going to do that, and it's first going to be refreshing, and then the next thing, it's going to outpace your tolerance for so maybe 10, 15 years from now, you'll go back and listen to that and have a better appreciation for it.
Oh, it's possible. Absolutely.
But it's just because pushing past.
It's funny how this conversation parallels to something that we were talking about before the show started, especially with what I'm about to say. Because I know Kendrick's going to rap well.
There it is.
That's never since I heard who he was
technically proficient.
Right.
Yeah.
Never since I found out who he was did I think when somebody said Kendrick music's coming out, did I think, I hope he raps well. No,
you don't have to worry.
No, that's a given.
Well.
Yeah. We're not doing that.
Right.
But I wrote a couple notes as I was listening to it. So it's not To Pimp a Butterfly 2, but early in my listen, I'm hearing way too much crying about cancel culture.
Yeah.
I also to that point, I hadn't heard a beat I particularly liked. I was 4 songs in at that point.
Yeah.
I can say that may still be true. Maybe one that I just found myself uncontrollably reacting to.
Right.
Maybe one beat on the album.
Right.
And then the domestic dispute song. I'm not the guy for that. That's clearly not for me. The crazy thing is how many people I've seen praising that song, and I'm like, maybe I should listen to it more often. I mean, like a couple more times. But from first listen, nah, I'm good on that. There's also, and I know this is a thing of hip hop, and every time I hear that, it's going to. I've changed. I've grown. Mm-hmm. I'm not with the referring to women as bitches all the fucking time, and then
that's right.
And then you just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep. If I could be wrong, but from my first listen, where I was also driving from place to place and may have cut a song off to go get out the car and do something, then come back and cut the song back on. I don't recall one time him referring to a significant other as anything other than a bitch.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't really
I'm just not. That's not.
And this is coming from somebody. I've rapped a lot of years, and I have plenty of songs that did that same stupid ass shit. You just outgrow it at a certain point,
bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
there's Kendrick,
is right,
a victim of the bar he set.
Exactly.
The bar he set.
And I don't want none of y'all owe you 50, blah, blah, blah. Kendrick's my age.
Yeah, facts.
Kendrick's my age. And I feel the same way.
You 50.
Well, yeah, he is 50. But again, Kendrick's my age. And I feel the same way that Tim feels about that shit. Like,
I was playing.
No, I know. Like it's dumb.
It's dumb. And, you know, it's like I said, he's a victim of the bar he set for himself. Right. And the swing back around, the shit that kills me about the whole people hyper focusing on the cancel culture theme in the music, because you're seeing more and more of that happening, and unfortunately happening with Black people. And I always go, that might seem like a problem to many of those who have routinely over the course of time been able to say what the fuck they wanted to anybody without consequence, without accountability,
with impunity,
and used that power to do that to impugn whole groups of people with narratives that they are shackled with to this day. Yeah. But when you're one of those people that was used, weaponized against, it seems to me that you have other issues.
Yeah,
that should be the big encompassing thing that's literally affected. I don't see where that's the issue. I will guarantee you that the vast majority of Kendrick's family, that's not his immediate whatever, that's benefiting from his money, they got issues outside of.
Yeah,
they won't let me say whatever. They won't let me They won't let me say a slur against somebody, a racial slur. This is terrible. I should be able to do a sexist or racial slur whenever I want, and that's creating so much turmoil in the world that literally we can't do. So starvation ain't
right.
Like it's a lot of other shit out there, and when I see too many of us, and I'm seeing a lot of it now, not even just in rap. But I mean, like in podcasting, I've seen a lot of Black, mostly male, podcasters hyper focused in on them. I'm like, yo, we don't got nothing else. Yo, have you seen what Emerson Village look like right now? Have you? You think our issue is that we not allowed to use slurs, bigoted slurs against gay people? That you think that's our?
Yo, another thing.
Fuck out of here.
So the one song that I really like the concept of, it's called Auntie Diaries, I believe. And it's about his shit. I don't know which way it happens. It's about his parents' sibling transitioning.
Right.
Because again, I don't know which one.
Right,
which way it's going, but it's about his parent sibling transitioning, and in this song, he drops the F-bomb. several times, like repeatedly. And as I'm listening to the song, I'm like, but you don't have to. But you don't have to. And then I think it might not exactly be the chorus, but it is a part that's repeated in the song.
Yeah.
So the first time it happened, I'm like, ugh. Yeah. The second time it happened, I'm like, come on, y'all. Then he gets to a point in the song where he uses the word F-bomb instead of that. And if he would have left it there, I'd have been like, I still don't like it, but I get what you did. Mm-hmm. But he goes back to saying the word after that. Yeah. So it's like, what are we?
Yo, this thing I don't understand about that because, and I don't think I'm saying anything too far left field. Kendrick is a phenomenal wordsmith. You don't need to use that. I haven't used that in a song in over 20 years. You don't have to use that.
Yeah, you don't have to use it.
You don't have to use it.
It's not necessary.
He is a phenomenal barsmith.
But here's the thing, like I said, if he would have did it the first time and then wrapped up with the, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that wants to experience the song.
Right.
I like the song in general. Like overall, I like the song and the concept of it.
Yes.
But that part stuck out to me because you're saying it, and then you're saying it, right. And then you sub out saying it for using the word F-bomb.
Yeah.
Almost as in you learned or you apologize and all that stuff. But then you say it again.
Say it again, right.
And it's like, what are we doing? Why is this what?
You don't have to. And I feel like it's lazy. And you can have any discussion you want on any of those topics.
Yeah.
And it still hit as hard, still make the point without doing it. Without having to use that type of thing. And purposely, I feel like for those that would say, oh, well, you're restraining yourself from this, that, and that.
Sure.
I feel like but I feel like the harm, I restrain myself all the time. There's ways I feel
times
about
when,
the United
believe
States
it or
government.
not, there are times when Toon walks down the street and he isn't slapping motherfuckers.
I'm restraining myself all the time.
I've seen it.
He's been with me when it happened.
I've been with him when it happened.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to. Again, the argument you have to restrain. There's a whole bunch of restraints we make in our music and the shit that we write. There's certain shit you know damn well you better not say about the government, about politics. You better not throw no super threats out there, no credible threats out there about killing. Even though you might feel like saying that, you know it's not worth the trouble that comes with it. And so since you have to prioritize yourself and the things that happen to you, I'm not putting myself through no unnecessary bullshit when I'm a skilled enough artist to not have to.
Hold on. Discord, what does that mean? What about when they really deserve it? I need you to be very clear about this before I make my next move.
Yeah. What's that mean?
What does that mean? But yeah, like I'm just not it's not to me, and this is just me. I'm not trying to tell him what to do. To me, that's lazy.
It is lazy. Oh,
well, listen. But again, he still shows the restraint.
And also, I got to say this:
we haven't been in that scenario yet.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you, because I believe that if somebody deserves it, I won't be out there slapping him alone.
That's a fact.
I won't be out there. Don't let the smooth taste fool you.
I put it like this:
I know he'd be over there with his Billy Williams shit, but
listen, if we are walking around and somebody deserves it, there will not be any stories of me saying I saw Toon walk down the street and someone deserved it and they didn't get.
Facts. That's facts.
I wouldn't be able to give you that story,
bro. I'm gonna tell you something. Way in comparison to what I was when I was younger, you can talk to my sister. You can talk to me. I am the model of restraint now.
Word,
because I see a bigger. It's a bigger picture. It's not that. And also, truth be told, the people I was getting points from doing that are ignorant as shit. They're not the people I want points from. You know what I'm saying? From being that type of guy.
Discretion is the better part of valor. It's just a lot of that
is a lot of that is culture, James. It's culture, right?
Yeah.
So me and James grew up in roughly the same area, right?
Yep.
So you get a reward. There's a reward system out there for being hyper aggressive. Hyper.
Yo, I can't even. I can't even. I asked him to take a break. He took a break. I can't even be mad at him.
No, you know what I'm mad at? That should rhyme. I should see that with 15 of his other brothers.
I should be able to be engineering that right now.
right.
It is.
I want to know where the 15 other ones are.
Right.
But like I said, right? Like, it's about culture. You get rewarded for being a certain type of person, and people, and you get penalized for not being. One, somebody says something or does something to eat, and this is even more than them just putting their hands on you. There was a list of other things you can get your ass whooped about that has nothing to do with somebody hitting you first. Sure. Where we come from, right? So you got rewarded for it. Somebody did any of those things and you didn't do nothing, you get penalized by the perception of everybody around you. It's a reason why the rapper Comp, what was his biggest song when he first came out he was a local Baltimore rapper. It was the song Do Something. Mm-hmm. And if you listen to what he's saying in there, the whole theme of it is, motherfucker did that to you? You better do something. That's the whole attitude I grew up with in Baltimore. James knows exactly what I'm talking about. He did what? You better do something, right? But as you get older, you're supposed to outgrow a lot of that. Because like you said, the people that you got points from for being that type of an asshole is not the people you want points from. And that's why I hold Kendrick to a higher standard, because I know he is a phenomenal rapper. And I know he does not need to use those. He does not need to disparage.
It wasn't necessary to get his point across.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want to say that's just what you choose to do, all right. I respect that more. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear.
That was necessary.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
No, it wasn't. It's not necessary.
No, did it have to do with the rhyme structure? I'm not trying to make excuses.
Did
it have to do?
All right, hold up. I got to do it now.
Yeah, because it didn't even rhyme. That part he talking about didn't even rhyme.
Oh, so that's what I'm asking. Like, did it have to do
I'm about to because
it's
not like we haven't played snippets of music before.
No, but James, what I'm saying, like, after you said, like, yo, there was like when he
I'm about to let you hear it.
No, I'm just saying, like, what you said when he said it, it made sense why he said it, and then he was like some part like
it could have.
He didn't. Oh, okay. So he was just saying it because he could.
Well, you about to hear it. Because, like I said, if he would have left, if he would have only, I think he did it twice before he changed it, and then he went back to saying it. So if he'd have done it once or maybe twice, and then changed it and left it there, I wouldn't have had as big of an issue with it. But because he went back, it's like, what are we? Yeah, what are we doing?
That used to be me too. Discord.
No, I was just trying to ask, did it have to do anything to do with the rhyme scheme? Because would that have made a difference to you? Because I don't think it would have made a difference to me. Like, as far as what your point was.
I mean, a slight. I wouldn't have felt different about it, but I would have had a slight more. It would have made slightly more sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm almost.
Or you could go with a whole nother scheme in the first.
Exactly. You could have just changed the bar.
You don't have to use that word to rhyme with another word. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard the song, but I just going off what you were saying, James. Because I'm not even really a big Kendrick Lamar fan like that. I know he could spit his ass off though.
And that's entirely valid. You can be totally not that big of a fan of a person and recognize their technical proficiency. What I hate is when people do the opposite of that. When they say, because I don't like his themes or his beat selection, because that's subjective. That's a personal whatever. and then because of that he's trash. No. I hate when people do that. I'm like, yo, so you saying he can't rap? I know you're not saying he can't rap because that's crazy. That's crazy talk.
Because that's crazy talk. I feel the same way when people who don't listen to the people that I listen to say they can't rap. I'm like, no,
that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I don't really listen to anybody that can't rap.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
not doing it.
You might not like what he rapping about.
Right.
You might not like his beat selection.
Right.
But you're not gonna say
I'm always say like a nigga can't rap just because I don't like the music that they
make. Because that's valid.
So I found the part where I found the redemptive part. Mm-hmm. All right, so let me go ahead and
out loud, bad angel. That's when you looked at me and smiled, said thank you. The day I chose humanity over religion, the family got closer, it was all forgiven. I said them F-bombs, I ain't know any better. Mistakenly, I didn't think that you know any different. See, I was taught words was nothing more than a sound, if ever they was pronounced without any intentions.
All right.
I don't like that. Yo, so you and I have plenty of conversations about that.
But wait. Regardless about how you feel about the
it's not a
reason.
word if it doesn't have. See this?
No. Again, words have again. You know. I.
Yeah.
But
it would just be a sound. He's throwing it off like, yo, just like words like it doesn't hurt nobody.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Wait. He's saying that's how he used to feel.
Yeah,
right.
I get that part, but
he's saying I used the F-bomb because I didn't know any better. I didn't think it was important. Blah 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 blah. Now,
every second you challenged the shit I was kicking. Reminded me about a show I did out the city. That time I brought a fan on stage to rap, but disapproved a word that she couldn't say with me. You said, Kendrick, ain't no room for contradiction. To truly understand love, switch position. Faggot, we can say.
Hey, but the thing
what are you doing?
Hold up, wasn't that situation he talking about when the white girl came up and said dropped the N-bomb on stage?
He's at the end of it. He says, again, it's not the point itself. The point itself still makes sense. Right. At the end of it, he says he dropped the 3 F-bombs, and then he said we can say it together as long as you let a white girl say nigga.
That's the redemptive part.
That's the redemptive part. Right. But you don't have to say the word.
You don't have to say the word. You don't have
to.
Because you've already expressed that you understand. You now know there's the issue.
Right.
You don't have to say the word.
He could have bleeped it out like how M did the N-word.
Yo, they probably right. Kendrick is usually so motherfucking mean with it. He should have did a whole nother thing. Shout out to my man Charlie Clips. Again, if you are not familiar with battle rap culture,
that
might not hit the way.
But that's what I'm saying. Like all you got to do, like how M did, like when he was like he had a bar that and criminal that was going to rhyme with nigga. He just didn't say it at all.
He knew or the thing about Suge.
That's who.
It wasn't my intentions. Yeah. My intentions were good. I went through my whole career without ever mentioning
Suge.
Yeah,
but he didn't say it.
But that part made it harder because he still didn't mention.
Right.
So,
yeah, he didn't say it.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just several. Like I said, like Tim pointed to, I have a certain expectation from this particular individual now.
Yeah. I think it's a bit messy.
And
he didn't have
this album did not meet that expectation. Yes, he rapped because he raps.
Yeah,
that's a given. I will take that for granted with Kendrick.
Because my homie on my job, he came to the job. He's like, "Yo, that Kendrick album, boom! He fucked the game up."
No, it's a lot of people that feel that way about this. I've seen the feedback.
Mind you,
but it's also a lot of people that feel the way
James feels, and that's why
it's probably all the cancel culture shit that niggas like to nut hang on.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Since the beginning, he was heavy, crying about cancel culture, crying about cancel. I'm like, yo, Kendrick,
when was he canceled?
Right, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would he speak on it?
But I knew something like that. I knew it was either going to be To Pimp a Butterfly 2 or some version of this because of that first damn video. You got yourself turning into Jussie. You got yourself turning into
you're right. You're right.
Like I knew this was something similar to this was coming, and that gave me pause. And I was,
you're right, because I thought about I was questioning when I saw the video. I was questioning the choices of faces he showed.
Right.
I was like, yo, OJ.
Right. Like what?
Come on, bro.
What are we doing,
bro? I know we running a little long, y'all. But some things just gotta be said.
Well, actually, the beginning was like 12 minutes or so.
Facts. So we got cushion.
Yeah.
Listen. There is a thing that's taking place that I see across the board with black males. Some of these talking points that I hear y'all using sound straight off of Hannity or Tucker Carlson.
Bruh.
And that's fast discourse.
Say it.
I'm going to say this to you because I care. They don't fuck with you.
Nope.
And all of those talking points are self-serving ones.
Facts.
To protect a certain type of entitlement and privilege in the rhetorical space, meaning they've always called you nigga.
Facts.
Yep.
And they never stopped.
Nope.
They just stopped doing it in public.
Yep.
What they're trying to do now is sue for the right to be able to say it in public with no consequences, no accountability, no criticism, none of that.
As if they didn't have that privilege beforehand.
But here's the thing. It's not even specifically about that itself either.
Right.
It is about exerting a certain form of dominance back.
Yeah.
Because for the last few decades, they feel that it's waned and it's had to go backstage.
It's just
instead of on front stage.
It's just whiteness reaffirming itself. That's it.
That's really all it is, right? And this form of dominance, they're already dominant in the financial space. They're already dominant in the education space. They're already dominant in the political space. They're already dominant in all these other spaces. But when they feel like they had to take that part of the dominance and put it backstage instead of on front stage in full display, they feel there's a segment of them that feel like they got punked.
Yeah.
We got punked. Well, I don't want to be punked no more. And this is where the grievance comes in, because it's a small example of an overall feeling that a lot of them feel about losing control over a society that was built for them. Yeah. To prosper and them exclusively. Yeah. And when I see black males who never benefited from any of that, I can understand to a degree the white man. I get it. When I see black males who have never enjoyed, ever enjoyed this carte blanche to say what the fuck you want without consequences, right? To anything and everybody. Champion that shit like the grievances on it. I'm like, bro, we got other shit, B. I look at the overall test scores of our kids. I look at the shit. Right. The Rise podcast broadcasted the other day. They just lost. Yeah. A kid, Red Man, the little kid that was in the box that they trained. He's coming there all the time. He just got murdered. We got up. This is your focus? You think by parroting their shit,
it's gonna help us.
That's gonna help us.
And then they always parrot the whole black on black crime shit too. Like that's the type of shit that comes with it.
Y'all sound crazy right now. Yeah. Y'all sound crazy and out of touch for real. And it sounds like you're overly identifying with people that don't identify with you.
Talk about you
at all.
Hey yo, so remember that song that you made? He was like, yo, if it was me in that situation, how would y'all depict me if it was like me doing that shit? Would y'all see me as Tombstone? Would y'all see me as, like not a Tamaris, but like a Mike Brown or whatever? Right. You know what I mean? Like that's some real shit though.
And this is the thing. That shit has been happening for a little minute now. And I see the surge even amongst people who you wouldn't expect it from. People I know personally, people close to me will say certain shit sometimes, black male, that came up in the struggle. They understand they was there and say certain shit, and I'll be like, that's a crazy bar coming from
black
you.
dudes, right?
Yes.
Yo, listen, remember Geronimo?
That's a crazy bar coming from
Geronimo
you.
would say shit like that, like patriotic as fuck, all this other shit. I'm like, fam, like for real, and you a product of the system. Like you've been in prison, and you sucking America's dick, like fam. I don't understand. I've never been to prison a day in my life. Never been to jail. Never been to bookings.
Bro, it's all about narrative.
And I'm just like, yo, why are you you even defend the police officer saying, well, some of them are okay. I'm like, but I bet you won't say that for the ones that booked you though.
Facts. My thing about all of that is, like, there's gonna come a time where that needs to be addressed. I sat and watched the last week, 2 weeks, what niggas was doing when Kevin Samuels died.
Yeah, that shit was niggas disgusting.
Like, y'all want to be thought of as leaders. Do you really? That's not what leaders do. Like, if you really saying that you want to be the lead in our community, the division part, that's not what leaders do. Leaders try to bring the community together. I'm gonna tell you something. Use an excuse that there are black women that talk shit about black men as an excuse for your bullshit is weak as fuck. And I'm gonna tell you why. They come from a position of being the least protected.
Power scale
is weak. So when they get angry and they start venting, they're going to generalize. Much the same way a lot of us generalize about white people. All white people ain't on that bullshit.
No,
I personally know white people that's not on that bullshit, right? But when in the course of anger, when you're discussing this and you come from the marginalized side of it, there are times you're going to vent and you're going to generalize.
Absolutely.
So when I hear black women generalize and say, because black man this, black man that, I personally don't get offended.
No, because it ain't me.
That's not me.
That's
not me. And I understand the power dynamic. I get it.
Yo, I've been in situations where, like, I've dealt with people, dealt with women on a relationship type situation, and they could not stand my guts, but they would still say that I'm a good man.
Right. Yeah. Right. So hit dogs holler.
Bruh.
Hit dogs holler every day, all day, right? And especially when you come from a position of power, but also y'all really putting this narrative out there that it's our women. That's the reason our community. That's what y'all putting. That's what y'all put out there.
That's the reason why
I gotta tell you, bro.
Kids are gay and all this other.
I gotta tell you, bro. I wasn't on the porch. You know what I was? I was one of the reasons the neighborhood was fucked up.
Right.
And I got to see the rest of one of the reasons that the neighborhood was fucked up. Who was shooting up the block, bro? Who was shooting up the block? Who was out there on the corner selling the drugs and getting that shit into the hands of those junkie mothers and junkie parents and all that shit? Who was doing that? Who was leaving the family where the girl was taking care of the kid on her own? Who was doing? So y'all want to sit here and really do that. And then when I look at the comparison between degrees, people getting degrees, between black women getting degrees and black men getting degrees, y'all really still trying to make it about them? Y'all really still trying to make it about them, but you say you want to be a leader. I'm a leader. How come they don't recognize this as a leader? Because a leader don't do the shit you do. And they don't sit there and they don't whine because the very people who are suffering under their bullshit got something to say about it.
Even with the degree shit, I've seen niggas like try to put up statistics about how much of them have been using their degrees towards their shit. I'm like, but
how do you know?
Exactly. Then I'm like, but nigga, do you have a degree though? Like the person that's asking that, do you have a degree?
A lot of times they don't, yo.
Exactly.
Right. They talk all this shit, but we can't talk. They don't. Or listen, classic example. I may have mentioned that on the show before. A couple of Christmas seasons ago, when we had the whole Kill Collectible stuff. Right around that time, we was going to different malls, setting up, vending, getting that business and that money done. We went into this one pop-up shop, scheduled to go up in there. Pop-up shops are typically like these areas in malls where a store used to be there, but now no store is there, so they just lease it out. Pop-up shop makes it available for different businesses to come in there, small businesses, sell their wares out of the store. Was in there. Every single one that I went to, and James can attest to this because he came up to the one in Bowie. He helped us up there bring stuff in, take stuff out from there. All women business, black women business owners.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone I went to, it was all black women business owners. Every single one. But y'all really gonna make this about them? Right. I hear you. I know what that is. It's the same thing that other dominant demographics feel when somebody's calling them on their shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening with y'all. And instead of being a leader and going, you know what? As all father, I understand. Right. I get it now. Okay, so we got to figure out a way to make this not a thing. That we need to figure, not to keep the shit going and not celebrating people that kept the shit going. That's crazy.
No, y'all being y'all fifis.
They being their fifis, bro.
What y'all niggas do, y'all take narratives of the people that don't fuck with you and y'all share it with each other and y'all agree with it. And make it I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
I'm not a fan, yo. I'm not a fan.
When I hear niggas say that shit, like sometimes I be hearing that shit at my job, and it's like, I'm not going to bark at niggas at my job.
No, you at work.
You know what I'm saying? I just be like, oh well, shit. I know that's how you feel about the shit with them. Cool, B. Like, not I though.
Right. That ain't me though. I mean, that's you. I see you.
I hear you. Shit.
Yo, it's pathetic, and it's just yet another reason that we can't get from up under certain things that was done to the community, outside of the community, that was done to us, but we can't get from up under it because y'all can't figure that part of it out. That if you say that you will be the leader of the community, the leader of the black nuclear family, or whatever the fuck that's supposed to be, then be a leader and hear the criticism and go,
what can I do to fix it?
What can we do to fix it?
Even if you are a part of the problem, try to be the solution. You know what I'm
saying? Right. Try to reckon, but we just said earlier how self-reflecting
people are. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like when shit like that happens, people are cowards. And they don't want to own up to the shit. Like, if I do wrong, I'm gonna own up to my shit and admit what I did, and I'll be like, "Yo, what can I do to fix it?" You know what I'm saying? And if there's nothing I can do to fix it, then I'll move on. But if there's something I can do to fix it, tell me what the fuck I could do, and then I'll fix it. And I feel like that's what a lot of black men need to do. They need to be able to be receptible and listen and figure out a plan amongst.
I feel like if we're gonna listen to anybody, listen to the person with the wound that brought you up in this mother.
Yeah.
We gonna like you. I hear you. I see you. You was listening to Trump a few years ago. We saw you was listening to all this up. You gonna listen to anybody?
I say listen to the woman that's affected, and also listen to the kids too, because like that a part of that matters also.
Okay, so
we came in this bitch together. B.
We switched it. Listen to the one with the womb, or listen to the one with the wound.
Damn, both of them.
Yeah, both. Because the kids are affected by it too, by the stipulations.
Absolutely,
that we are in. That we just point, like what I've seen most black men. They just it's the woman. Then they say, since it's the woman's problem, then it affects the kids. And that's why the kids the way that they are. Then I'm like,
as if he had no impact.
You know what I'm saying?
At all.
Had no.
Stop playing, my nigga.
Like, come on, B.
And listen, I'm gonna tell you.
That's why. That's one reason I'm happy I don't have no kids. Like,
but here's the thing about it though. You ain't gotta do it. You don't gotta do it. Just understand that your inactivity and being part of the solution to that shit, whatever happens down the pike, that's on you. Because you ran around this motherfucker talking about we're supposed to be leaders. We was kings. All right, yo.
That you put the snippet on fucking Man Up. Shouts to him for saying that shit. That nigga say, you are the reason.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. You can sit here all day and try to deflect and do all that bullshit, but as a leader, you gotta find a way. You saying that you this big leader, how come they don't treat me like I'm Big Chief Muckety Muck? Nigga, you don't act like Big Chief Muckety Muck.
Not even a little bit, not even try.
Like, what the fuck? You don't have none of those characteristics in you. All you have is that dusty, ashy ass mentality that you got from other motherfuckers. And it's very performative. Yeah. You all walk around with your chest down, because I'm this. Yeah, because we supposed to be the men, and they supposed to this. Nigga, when you gonna act like that then? For real. What about all those other characteristics and traits that come along with leadership? When you gonna do that part? Or is it just about the fact that your ego is involved, and because people not going Hosanna, Hosanna to the highest and throwing palms at your motherfucking feet? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like being,
like, is that what
man,
it is?
Being a part of being a man is holding yourself accountable for your wrongs. Like you got to.
That part.
And niggas that don't do, and then like even other men, like yo, like you don't have to hold yourself accountable, but like yo, check them niggas, like when they do some fuck shit, like nah, that ain't right. I literally have one of my homeboys. I was telling him some shit. He was like, nah, but you kind of fucking up. I was like, damn,
we was kangs.
He didn't have to say that. You know what I'm saying?
We was kangs.
He could have just agreed with me. He was like, nah, bro, you fucking up too though.
Right.
I respect you like that.
We was kangs. Well, no motherfucker. We never controlled the sacred timeline. Fuck you niggas talking.
Okay. All right.
And on that note, folks.
Yeah, I think we're going a step too far.
And on that note, folks. First, we want to thank everybody once again.
Yeah.
Coming on our show.
Yeah.
And engaging with us and having a back and forth with funny shit, serious shit, all that shit in between. It's dope. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Do not forget to check out my man Super Side Guys, Meta and Mutants.
When you going to see the goddamn movie, my guy?
This weekend.
Probably tomorrow. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, don't forget my man Jaded Nerd. I gotta go. I haven't checked out his channel in a while because typically I would go and just do a quick little visit on him. Go check out the channel. Go check out Jaded Nerd's channel. I'm
not sure what that has to do with anything, Palm, but it's true.
So, Palm, he's ass, yo. He's ass, yo. He's ass, yo. He's ass. And of course, for those of you that haven't already, go check out our Patreon, Majestic Comics Patreon. Also, don't we have a Patreon too? We be forgetting that.
We do have a Patreon. We do. Multi World has a Patreon.
Yeah. Yo,
Multi World absolutely has a Patreon.
You know what I'm saying?
Deeper dive comes back tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing that. And also, we're gonna keep you guys abreast of when Seth drops the interview, so you can see the interview for yourself and all of that. And also when the launch of the Kickstarter. If nothing else, share it. We launched another because a lot of you that are already supporting the Patreon, we appreciate your support. Unless you want some of the stuff, we got some special stuff on some of those tiers that we're going to be giving out for people's support. But if nothing else, if you are supporting with Patreon already, if nothing else, share it once we launch it. So more people can see it. You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate that. Super excited to dive back into this comic book writing again because I have to do a meeting today about that very same thing. Can't wait for that. Is there anything else I'm missing that we should music.
I'm back, pardon.
Music. Oh, also
Eddie's back. Pardon.
And also expect new music from at least two of us. In the next
Jesus.
That wasn't a dig. That was not a dig.
It's cool.
That was not.
I ain't tripping. I mean,
play like 7 seconds of your verse.
All right, let me see if I can find it.
You'll say at least two of us.
What?
Jesus Christ.
I have a concept that I want y'all to be a part of at least once. But I'm gonna talk about that after we get off of here.
All right.
Wow. We're gonna flag all day, like at least go.
That ain't true.
Nick, I tried to change the subject. You went back.
I'm not doing.
The version I got, the version I have, the lyrics are too low. They're not even gonna really be able to hear it.
The one you sent me?
I don't know what that one is. Yo, I have like 12 bytes of shit on here. So yeah, you got to find that because the one I'm finding is the pre-master, mix.
All right, so Landon Taylor. Wonder who that is.
I have no idea.
Guy's ass probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't
imagine so.
No, you don't think so?
I mean,
Yeah, real ass.
How many landings do you know that are ass? Like, it's not that many.
Yo, all of them.
Wait.
Every single landing I know.
So he's a real ass nigga.
Shut up.
I mean,
shut up.
He's not wrong.
He's ass.
Sure.
Both things can be true.
Yeah, both.
I'm comfortable with that. Long as I'm comfortable with that. As we announce that.
But you though, sir, real.
These motherfuckers. I just don't know.
Then did the peace sign the right way too. I be doing that shit too now. You don't even know if I'm chucking up the one or the deuce.
Right. Mind your damn business.
Landing paint. That's funny, actually.
Jesus.
Come on, Facebook. God damn.
Oh, how you gonna find? Yeah, if you pulling
it,
I think you're pulling it.
Yes, I am. We almost there. No, we almost there. Hold
on. Phrase, never mind.
I mean, sure.
No,
I'll give it to you.
That's valid.
You didn't. Okay. Fine.
I also. I'm a turd.
Kevin Samuels ties all women to the rise of the fall of the Roman Empire.
Yeah, that's the dumbest shit I've ever
doing
heard
right now, though.
Nah, I got a rant for that too, but that's gonna have to wait because that's the stupidest. That's a non-historic take if I ever heard one in my fucking life.
Oh god,
shit is dumb.
It's all right, we're almost there because I just ran into the Kevin Samuels stuff.
This nigga.
James, you gotta stop talking sometimes, dog.
It's what happened, my guy.
I know, I understand.
This is the dumbest.
I love you though, fam.
I love you too, bro. I have a few things that I would like you to do that you
Oh, I found it. Yo. I found it.
You got it.
Yeah, I found it. Hold up. About to.
I feel giddy right now.
All right.
Kaboom.
And let's share screen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Squash it.
All of everything they fucking built collapse into out of y'all. A part of me won't even lie to y'all. A part of me won't mind that all of everything they fucking built collapse into a diving fall. Part of that demographic, y'all condemned to urban sprawl and labored hard for centuries on hands and knees to only crawl.
Whoa.
Yo.
Come on, stop that. Damn, Joe, just in time for us.
Relax. I got to relax.
7 seconds. But anyway, yeah.
That was like 9. That was like 9.
Shit. Yeah.
Look, new music coming, comic book stuff, freaking interviews, vlogs. We got the show, the Deeper Dive show. We got other podcasts with the Metas and Mutants. Go check all that stuff out. So for my man SPJ, you and my guy Adequate, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater multi-world entertainment family, Napalm is ass. We are out. Peace.